Most weight loss plans are one size fits all, not taking into account each person's individual needs. Noom is here to change that. Noom Weight uses psychology. That's why they say losing weight starts with your brain. But it also takes into account your unique biological factors, which also affect weight loss success. The program helps you understand the science behind your eating choices and why you have cravings. Everyone's journey is different, so your daily lessons are personalized to you and your goals. One of the great things about Noom is that it's nourishing instead of restrictive. They focus on progress instead of perfection. You don't have to give up carbs, or anything for that matter. Have cravings? Food FOMO? Noom can help you lose weight while still enjoying your favorite foods. To date, Noom has helped more than 5.2 million people lose weight. Stay focused on what's important to you with Noom's psychology and biology-based approach. Sign up for your trial today at Noom.com. That's Noom.com.
Welcome to the last week, the final week of Halloween Horror Fest.
It's a final countdown.
I thought he was going to say the final week of this podcast. I thought Derek was just fucking done.
And this week, put your knives where my eyes can see. I'm Derek.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Jack.
This is Bad Movies,
Worst people, motherfucker.
Happy Halloween, motherfucker.
So it is Bad Movies this week. Bad Movies, Worst People.
Yeah.
Bad. Well,
Bad.
maybe we're not worse.
Bad.
No, I don't think we're worse than this. Oh, no. I expected this to be worse than it was. It wasn't good. And you are correct that this should have been watched with people. Because this is one that I was like, hey, I could probably watch this beforehand. And he's like, you're going to want to watch these two with us. And definitely correct on this.
He just wants you in our house.
I get it.
Well,
when does this air?
the last week of October.
So my birthday's on Saturday. I'm making it all about me.
Well, that's why we watched this movie. It's her favorite Halloween.
I mean, it does have Busta, and you know I love me some him.
Do you still, though? Like after watching this?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I still love him after I watched him bomb at the concert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we saw him with Wu-Tang, and he just wasn't there.
Yeah, well,
He
he's
was,
older
physically.
now. He's older now. He smokes a lot of that weed.
But the movie we're talking about is 2002's Halloween Resurrection,
Heavy erection.
directed by Rick Rosenthal, who sounds like a guy that produces new metal bands. I
Yeah.
think I'm thinking of Rick Rubin, though.
Yeah, he might be.
What was that guy from MTV? Matt Rosenbud? Pinfield, yeah.
Rosenbud. Jeez, Louise.
I met Matt Pinfield
I bet you did.
at a concert in Tucson. Yeah.
Was it a metal concert?
It was a hardcore show.
Yeah.
Rosenbud was playing.
Oh.
Gatrot was playing.
Oh,
Gatrot
that's a name I know.
And Fate.
Okay. PH8.
Yes. I love Fate.
He was
That's
here to
actually-
see Fate to potentially sign them. Spoiler alert.
No, I actually know what happened with that. Okay. Their Snuff actually said no. Snuff was their manager.
And then
Amanda
they were
was-
very successful.
Amanda was dating. He said they didn't want to be big.
Now they
sounds
like
somebody
playing
didn't
the
make
rock.
it big.
Right.
They like playing the rock every other month.
Yeah.
But yes, this is directed by Rick Rosenthal, who also directed Halloween 2.
Oh.
So he's one of the only directors of the original Halloweens to do more than one. Obviously, Rob Zombie did 2 of them.
Forgive me if I don't clap hands.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I expected more from
I don't
Rob Zombie.
This guy
care
also
much about this franchise. You'll
Yeah.
find out.
Look, 1, 2, and 3 are good. I
I'm
don't
sure
think
they
I
are.
ever saw 4 and 5 because I didn't care. This isn't good.
This,
The one that came before this isn't good.
I'm
And-
usually a pretty good jump scare person.
yeah.
You and I were just cracking jokes the
Well,
whole
it's
fucking
formulaic.
time.
It's just
Yeah.
so fucking blueprint.
Well, this is also a post-Scream Halloween, so they're trying to they're giving you the talky talk and like the what's it like the snappy banter type of thing. Well, they're trying. They're not giving
it's
it
not
to
successful.
you. They're trying to give it to you. But this guy also directed a movie we might talk about one day. But he took his name off of it, called The Birds 2 Land's End.
Oh,
Came out 30 years after The Birds, so you know it's good.
well
yeah.
then.
Yeah, he that one, if you look up the credits, it's credited to Alan Smithy, which is the nom de plume of any director who wants to take their name off a movie.
Oh, wow. So is that who directed that not Tim Burton Planet of the Apes? Is that an Alan Smithy film?
It might be. Tim Burton's like, I didn't do that. We're like, dude, we know you did it.
Helena Bonham Carter's in it. You're going to sit here and tell me you didn't fucking make that?
Was Johnny Depp a monkey in that?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but
Only because he was busy doing something else.
Uncredited.
Uncredited
this
monkey.
guy also directed 7 episodes of your favorite Smallville
Oh,
and a couple episodes of Buffy, but that makes sense.
Buffer.
Buffer.
Yeah, once you know that system, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just make mediocre shows the rest of your life. Fine.
So for the people who want to watch this before we talk
Don't.
about it,
I'm just kidding.
it is available currently on Paramount Plus and AMC Plus, and you can rent it on Apple or Amazon for $4 or buy it for $10.
Don't.
I would recommend just getting like a Paramount Plus or AMC Plus subscription,
Yeah.
because at least then you can watch something else for your money.
yeah.
At least just for the 1 month.
Get your little free trial.
Yeah.
Get your
I was
free trial,
Get your
yeah.
free trial on.
Get your free try.
Get your free trial.
Yeah, this isn't worth $4.
No.
I'm glad I didn't see this in theaters.
That would have been disappointing to say the least. But you never know. Sometimes you can be in that theater where everyone's like, "Oh, this sucks," and we're just gonna laugh and crack jokes.
Yeah.
You
It's
know
rare.
there's somebody in there
It's
that's like, oh my
rare.
God!
It's rare, but you can get a fun theater every now and then. I saw Jeepers Creepers where everyone was just like,
Ooh.
audibly like, "What the fuck?" I mean, it was just.
I
it
saw
was
that
good.
in theaters.
It was a fun time to a pretty bad movie.
I remember liking it though.
You're allowed to. I mean, you're on a bad movie podcast. This guy's married
That's
to you
what
for
we
a reason.
always say. And on this show, I mean, I've said it before. I don't always say it. Just because we're saying it's a bad movie doesn't mean you can't like the movie.
Yeah.
That's true.
Talking to a big defender of Waterworld here.
If you go back to the tape. Go back to the tape. We've probably recommended a solid 70% of these movies.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay, Jack and I have. You've probably recommended 50%.
I'm starting to get worried that I don't know if it's like Stockholm syndrome or just beaten down, where I'm like, it's a passable, serviceable movie. I recommend it. Old me been like, fuck this, dude. I don't know. Don't watch this.
No,
Ugh.
you've been pretty adamant on certain things. Like I honestly thought that you would have recommended the last movie we did.
What was the last one?
Kingdom of the Empire of the Ants.
You thought I would have recommended that fucking noise garbage?
Yeah, the noise garbage was terrible.
God.
Oh,
Not
you
one,
know what?
Not
That-
one woman got shaken in that movie.
You saying that noise garbage just made sense why I soft recommended it. I also used to listen to Melt Banana.
What?
Yeah.
It's a Tokyo noise punk thrash
Oh boy. Oh
noise
boy.
band. Noise band.
Noise garbage.
You've heard of boys bands. There's a noise band.
But so this was also written by 2 guys, Larry Brand and Sean Hood. Larry Brand didn't have any credits that I recognized or cared about. And Sean Hood had 1, Cube 2, Hypercube.
I don't think I saw the first cube.
There is no first cube.
The first Cube is pretty good. The second one's actually not that
Is
bad.
it a
either.
sci-fi thing?
Yeah.
It's a Hellraiser movie.
Kind of.
I was like, is it?
I mean, it's not Hellraiser, but
Who's in
kinda.
it? Lawrence Fishburne?
No. That's
Event Horizon.
Event
I know.
Horizon.
No, there's. I think of another one that he's in though.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't think he was in it. I don't know.
You
I
would
saw
know.
that movie in the 2000s, the early 2000s. This is still the 2000s.
I could be like
but-
Bleep on the other podcast. Do you know about which? Oh, the one spelled with 2 V's. Never heard of it. Intimate knowledge of the name, sir.
But this movie was nominated for an award. I think it actually won an award that year.
Oh,
on
yeah?
MTV.
Is it a Razzie?
The Fangoria Chainsaw Award for Worst Film.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Okay.
Good.
And Jamie Lee Curtis. So this is a sequel to Halloween Resurrection, like a direct sequel to that.
No,
which-
this is Halloween Resurrection.
Halloween H2O,
Gotcha.
20 years later. Sorry.
So which ones is she in, real quick? She's in the first one,
She's
obviously.
been in a Halloween movie in 6 different decades.
Wow.
She's in
The 70s.
Halloween, Halloween 2, and then
Electric Boogaloo.
Halloween H. So that's the 70s and 80s. Then Halloween H2O, Halloween Resurrection, and then she was in the 3 new Halloween movies, not the Rob Zombie ones, but
She's
the first
in the
one was
new?
directed by David Gordon Green, and the other 2 were I don't know.
Yeah, because she's like, he's your uncle or some shit like
So
that.
that's the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s.
Her daughter is like a
Damn.
college student or some shit. I don't know. She's got white hair.
But
It's
she-
her activities.
She's dead.
She didn't
Well,
die.
those
She
are
didn't
not
shit
part of-
She
herself.
didn't shit herself.
So
I've said
this
it
movie-
1,000 times.
This movie is a direct continuation of the last one. Like I said, there's supposed to be another one after this, but this performed so poorly that they just
Shelved
nixed
it.
that. And that's when we got Rob Zombie's 2 Halloween movies.
How are them?
I didn't watch them.
Couldn't be bothered. Or just fell
I
through,
didn't
like,
care anymore.
Okay.
Like I like a couple of Rob Zombie's movies, but
House of a Thousand Corpses.
House
Yes.
of 1,000 Corpses. I like.
Hills Have Eyes.
That's not him.
No, Devil's Reject.
Oh, Devil's Rejects.
Yeah,
That's what I was
never
thinking.
saw.
I could hear you saying.
I never saw whatever the third one's called. Hell Makes 3 or some
Oh,
shit.
I didn't know there was
don't
a third one. I stopped after the
I
Devil's
did
Rejects.
hear that the something Salem that he directed was really good, but I never watched it.
What about that Munsters show?
You can keep that.
Wait, because you didn't like the original one, or you just don't give a
I
shit?
didn't care about the original, and I just and also again I just don't care about Rob Zombie's movies anymore.
Yeah.
I heard that a lot of Michael Myers fans were not fans of his movies.
Okay.
He just did his Rob Zombie thing and turned them into like hillbilly murder movies.
Did Zombie ever tackle a Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Or am I making that up?
I don't think he did. No.
Okay.
I think he should have instead of Michael.
He would just fuck
I mean,
that
House
up,
of a
too.
Thousand Corpses is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Maybe that's
movie,
what I'm
basically.
thinking of. It's just the same.
Yeah,
Same.
And his wife with the obnoxious.
but as I was saying,
Sherry
Jamie Lee
Moon?
Curtis appears in this movie because she's contractually obligated. She didn't want to.
It shows.
I don't know. I thought she did okay. She's there.
At first, she said no, and the executive producers Malik Akkad and Mustafa Akkad claimed that once she read the screenplay, she was so impressed that she decided to be in it.
Or her agent said, "We're not going to get sued. Be in this movie for 30 seconds."
Well,
Yep.
her direct quote is, "This is a joke." John Carpenter says this is the only Halloween movie that's made him cringe.
oh, I wonder which part.
And-
his penis just crawled right back up in there.
They tried to do a Clue type of thing with this movie. They tried to film multiple endings. They did film multiple endings, and the director wanted them to put different ones in different theaters, and the studio was like, "Nah."
Nah.
Clue did it, and that worked.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Because
don't
that
need
made
to do
sense.
it again.
It made sense for Clue to do that.
Yeah. So if you get the DVD and Blu-ray, you can see all those alternate endings.
Can I?
I didn't look up what they were because I didn't care. Because I watched this
Sensing a
ending.
theme with you.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I mean, this movie didn't
quit.
fail.
I
quit.
quit.
This movie didn't fail, but it didn't do well. Cost
Okay.
$13 million to make, and it made $37.6 million worldwide.
Maybe because you released it in July.
You know, the peak of spooky season.
You know, Halloween in July.
I mean,
You know all the other movies released in July.
stores have Halloween shit out in July.
You've got Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
That's in July. That's
Yeah.
a good one. I can't think of another fucking goddamn Leprechaun. That's in July.
I'm sure a bunch of well, it's like the last Friday the 13th we talked about was released in March. It wasn't. It wasn't. Friday
should
the
not
13th.
be.
If you're gonna release it in March, make it Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Because guess what? If you're gonna release it in a month where you dump movies no one cares about, October's right there.
Yep. At least it
Yeah.
makes sense because, like, all right, it's October. I'm gonna get my best gal, and we're gonna go see a fucking talkie.
Yeah.
You know, if I go to the drive-in, Whitney's told me all about the penis play that happens during scary movies.
This movie would have been a nightmare to watch at the drive-in.
Oh my god.
With all this grainy, low-res footage
Oh.
and how everything is just dark and almost impossible to see.
Every time that pops up, my eyes just gloss over, and I'm like, I couldn't care to, like, I'm not gonna have them focus on this.
Nope.
Well, so let's just tell the people who didn't watch it because they're smart. What? I'm not saying the ones that did watch it are dumb, but
We
the
are.
other ones are smart.
We are dumb.
What this is about. So Busta Rhymes has a company called Dangertainment.
It's so
So that like that sounds like a placeholder, and then they just printed the scripts, and the guy was like, "Oh fuck, I never
Oh, we
changed
forgot to
it."
replace Dangertainment. Huh.
Well, that's the name now.
I would have called it Edgertainment.
That's a different kind of internet entertainment.
Oh, sorry, that exists already. Edgertainment.com.
It didn't back then.
it
No,
might have.
people were edging. Sting was edging back then.
Yeah, Sting loves to edge.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know about him.
So
that,
does
that, and he was in Dune, the 1984 one, and Something about hookers.
Huh.
You don't have to turn on the red light or whatever.
Yeah, Roxanne.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Got
Also, the Stalkers anthem.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Everywhere you go, I'm watching you. Whoa,
Yeah.
dude, calm down.
Yeah.
Going to the bathroom. I'm watching you.
Every step you take.
Don't. Every
Is that a
poop
stalker
you
song, or
make.
is Sting admitting to the world that he's Santa Claus and we didn't know?
He ain't fat enough for Santa Claus?
He gets fat once a year.
I ain't seen that bushy beard.
It comes magically once a year.
He grows the beard on Christmas Eve.
I guarantee you somewhere on the internet's fucking Sting farting around on a Christmas special. You'd see it anytime you want. You just don't want to see it.
It's a Hallmark movie.
Santa Claus, you don't have to put on that red suit. Santa Claus.
But Busta Rhymes has Dangertainment, and their plan is to do a live streaming internet reality show.
Early episode of Ghost Hunters, or insert
Yeah.
bullshit TV show here where they hear
we looked it up. Ghost
spooky
Hunters
things.
started in 2004.
Yeah.
So they stole this from Busta Rhymes.
Yeah,
Like,
they
all, right,
did.
dude, all we got to do is get grainy footage, kind of like wishy-washy
And make shit
audio,
up.
and just have people like, hello, no one's here to hurt you. This is a safe place.
You think they were saving the having people really die for the second season, but then the first season made them so much money, they're like, we could do this for the next 40 years.
Yeah. It turns out we don't need to kill somebody off. These idiots love our shows.
I was walking down that hallway and it got cold. Must mean there's a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm in a drafty old abandoned mansion.
Yeah, could be you're in my house, which has
It's a ghost.
spotty air conditioning. One
I mean,
room's cold,
same
the other
with
one's
ours.
not. Yeah,
Same with ours.
yeah. Maybe we have ghosts.
But yeah, they're having this internet streaming show, and our cast of stars kind of are going to be on it.
Stars is a
Stars including Katie Sackhoff,
biggest star.
Rookie of the Year guy.
See, we don't even know his name.
I got it in here somewhere.
We don't care. It's Rookie of the Year.
And
The dude he was in The Luck of the Irish. He was a Disney star. He's the one that plays Deckard.
oh, yeah.
Oh, but we're talking about in the Dangertainment.
Yeah, and then there's also
redhead.
Sean Patrick Thomas, whose name I'll never forget because it's the most Irish name that a black man has ever
Hey,
had.
Sean Patrick Thomas, better fucking believe it. Grew up right here in the Bronx.
You would know him from Save the Last Dance.
Look up this
or
gentleman.
Gen V.
Or
Look
Gen
up this
V.
gentleman because he had quite the glow up.
Yeah,
Like,
he
talk
did.
about
Yeah.
a silver salt and
I mean,
pepper fox.
He doesn't look bad here. He's just kind of a chubbier black dude. Not
He's
chubby,
just-
but
he's
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 thick.
got the baby face.
Exactly. He's got a little baby fat in the face.
But
and
now
then
he's got that salt and pepper.
salt and pepper
He's-
beard.
I'm like,
Looking
what are you-
good,
How
buddy.
you doing?
Yeah, I mean, go watch Gen V. He's on that, and he's looking good, and he's also terrifying.
Yeah.
He's not really a bad guy, but who on that show is a good guy?
Is
Or-
bad
even
guy.
the good
Yeah,
guys
in that
are
whole
bad guys.
universe, man.
Yeah.
The good guys don't live.
So the movie starts with Laurie Strode. She's in the Grace
Mental.
Anderson Sanitarium, which I should have Googled because it might be somebody, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Like if I feel it feels referency.
Grace
Isn't
Anderson,
that-
you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that from a callback from the first one? Like that's the hospital that
because
he
she's in-
escapes from?
She's in California at the beginning of this because H2O took place in California. Josh Hartnett was her son, and Michael Myers.
Did you hear how he
came
said his
to
name?
kill
Josh
them.
Hartnett.
Hardnet?
You didn't say Hartnett. You said Hartnett.
Hartnett.
You put a weird influx on it.
I put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. It's fine.
What was it? Grace Anderson?
Yeah. But she's in the Grace Anderson Sanitarium. It's Jamie Lee Curtis, of course. And
She's got a rag doll.
there's like this stupid voiceover at the beginning. She's talking about like we all know about the tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel is a door, and on the other side is heaven or hell. This is the door, and this is hell, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everyone has it. You've all heard about the tunnel. It's where you go when you die. At the end of this tunnel's a door. It either leads to heaven or it leads to hell. This is that tunnel.
Yeah, and
My
she's-
quick little research, there's no Grace Anderson
okay.
popping up.
It felt referencing.
Yeah, you're right.
But she's in there because in H2O, at the end of it, she thought she killed Michael Myers, but he had really just put his mask on some paramedic and switched jumpsuits with
Did
him.
you see this at the end of that movie?
I
Or was
think
this
so.
filmed for this movie?
I mean, you saw her cut his head off. I don't remember if they showed that it wasn't really him. I feel like they did.
Okay.
I saw it once.
I didn't see him.
That's why I'm asking, like, because this could easily just be filmed for us, for
Yeah.
right now. For the
Yeah.
idiots like me and Whitney, they're like, oh, I don't know what
Well,
happened in the
I
last
think
one.
it was, and like I said, somebody can correct me. Our YouTube
Freddie
listener, Freddie
Mercury.
Mercury, can correct me.
Yahtzee.
But I think it ended with you finding out because that's the end of the movie. Like, oh, he's not really dead. Shocker thing,
Dun,
like they
dun,
always
dun.
do. So, but I'm not 100% on that. But she's in there because she decapitated him. He was a father of 3, and that's sad. And they keep finding her on the roof, but they don't know why. And they think she's
Suicidal.
not comatose, but
Catatonic?
Catatonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a major disassociation disease or
Yeah,
something.
you're basically lost in your own brain.
I've been there. It's called an existential Sunday.
It's called way too high.
Yeah.
It's called how much was in that brownie?
Did you say 100 milligram or 1,000 milligram? Oh boy. Oh boy.
You ate the whole brownie?
I ate the whole brownie. When all I needed was the edge. Entertainment. We sell you way too much weed.
And there's this guy running around this asylum, apparently free as as can be.
He's harmless.
Named Harold.
Is
who
he?
Likes to dress up like serial killers
And quote everything about them.
yeah, and kind of scare the staff, and they're just like, that's silly. And I'm like, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
He's just being a goofball dressing up like William H. Gacy.
Sneaking out and leaving
As
doors
soon as I
open.
said William H., I was like, well, you're going to have to mix them up because you're not saying it right.
It's John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Macy.
But now I'm just seeing William H. Macy in a clown mask murdering children.
William H. Gacy is the new terrifying thing we didn't know we needed.
Who's
William H. Macy is the actor. And then
as
John,
in like Fargo?
Yeah,
yeah,
Fargo.
and then John Wayne Gacy is the
oh, I killed those kids and put them under my house, don't you know?
yeah.
Don't you know, Bobby?
Don't you know it's in there now?
I do want to mention, just because
so many murders with that accent.
Katie Sackhoff is in this movie, as I mentioned.
Oh yeah.
Is Katie Sackhoff in this movie?
She is a. It's easy. There's a reason I'm re-mentioning it. She's from a lot of stuff, but her big thing before
Battlestar
recently was Battlestar Galactica. The nurse that's at the beginning of this movie that's talking about Laurie Strode's history and all this stuff, played by a woman named Lorena Gale, who's a character actor, but who is also featured in multiple episodes of Battlestar Galactica.
Nice. And I'd be remiss as a nerd myself.
Actually-
She's Bo-Katan Kryze in the Star Wars universe.
Yes, she is.
I can't let you have your nerd moment without
She's
me.
also Bo-Katan Kryze when I have wet dreams.
Hey, take it crazy.
She's not Starbuck Cree.
Not
She
anymore.
also voices Bo-Katan Kryze in the Clone Wars.
Although after watching this movie, she might just be Sarah or Jen, whoever the fuck her generic white girl
Yeah,
name
I
was.
think
in
it was
this.
Sarah. Sarah sounds right.
'Cause she looks good in this.
She looks great.
I mean,
in
she's
this.
younger, but she's got hair. I like it.
Yeah, I wasn't focused on the hair. they know their angles, dude. This is that Michael Bay shot. Like, just have her walk up the stairs, and we're gonna follow real tight with the camera.
Oh, it was right on that butt.
Yeah, it was. Thank you.
But so one of the security guards finds Harold, takes him back to his room, and another one's like, "Dude, I thought you put Harold in his room." There he is in the basement. There's
I don't
a
want to
guy in a
criticize
mask.
your work, but there's a guy that looks nothing like the guy that you just put in his room.
There's a
there's a guy with a
7 foot tall svelte man in the basement. It must be 5 foot 300-pound Harold.
Yep. He was wearing a clown mask. Now it's a fucking painted William Shatner mask. They're the same guy, obviously.
William Shatner's kind of a clown sometimes.
What do you mean by that?
But they go down to look for him. The fat security guard has to stop for a snack.
Yeah. How else do we know he's fat?
Oh, I didn't get dinner. And then he buys like a honey roll. I'm like,
Yeah.
Something with powdered sugar and
Or cinnamon or something.
and
I
a
don't
fucking sweetened
gooey.
filling.
you know, there's kind of real food in there. Not
Yeah.
really, but
There's
I mean,
at least
it's chips
Cracker
and
Jack.
stuff. Yeah.
I don't think Cracker Jack's much better. That I'm thinking about it.
know. There was Cooler Ranch Doritos.
Oh God.
There was Flavor Punch Lays or Ruffles or something. I don't know what the fuck
What
that
is
was.
that?
I don't know.
Is that their version of the Doritos Extreme?
Probably.
Extreme.
That's what they were doing at the time.
Yeah.
If you pause it and look in there, you can see everything that was being sold in stores that week.
It's a fucking it's not a walking billboard. It's a walking billboard.
By the way, I just watched that, not for the first time, that Fatboy Slim video that Christopher Walken
Oh
did.
yeah.
And one of the comments on YouTube was like, you had like all the times tagged, and it was like Christopher Walken, Christopher standing, Christopher jumping, Christopher flying.
That's pretty good. Christopher Flippin.
Oh, that wasn't Christopher Flippin.
I know. But the rest is him. He's a phenomenal dancer. He probably could do the flip back in the day.
He made all that up. He did his own choreography. Yeah. Anyway,
Even more impressive.
but yeah, so they go. That guy stops for a snack. He hears his friend scream, goes looking for him, and finds his head in a dryer, which is a classic move.
Yeah.
And then
I'm a little-
trips over a body that was not there 30 seconds
Or that he
ago.
just didn't notice. He was too busy looking at the dryer head.
I mean, I'm a little disappointed we didn't see a head spinning in the dryer.
Yeah.
Right?
And they
Face
kind
pressed up
of
against the-
went slow mo, like, all right, well, here it comes. Nope.
Keep that noise on cue for the rest of this movie.
You got it.
Although I will say the one thing I was happy about was most of these people are killed mostly on screen.
Yes, and the one we didn't get on screen is
Not mad about.
really, really annoying.
Yeah. Like the character or the death?
Both, because I wanted to see her die
Yeah.
terribly.
But then he kills that guy and he goes and busts into Laurie's room, walking through the wall like Michael Myers, like Jason,
Much
Jason
like
Voorhees.
himself.
Just bursting through your wall like Mike Myers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got to do some stupid. Oh, yeah, look at that. I'm through your door right now like haggis. I know it doesn't make sense, but I want you to know I'm Scottish, so I said haggis. I'm Mike Myers.
I'm the Kool-Aid bastard.
I'm the Kool-Aid man. I'm coming for your doors.
But he chases her up to the rooftop. She's got a trap set for him, which is why she's been on the rooftop every day. Just
Waiting
because
for
she
him.
knew he was going to come back.
So every time that you found her up on this rooftop, you didn't like, what's that Rube Goldberg device you're building? What's
'Cause
that?
she-
Is it like a giant game of mousetrap you're playing?
There's like a crane on the roof
Uh-huh.
that's just apparently just stays there.
Yeah.
It's like a weather vane, and she has just
no,
a
there's
rope
literally like a
tied to
crane
it.
on it though. Like it, I don't know.
it had
don't
a
know.
pulley system.
She put it there? I don't fucking know.
Then this is the worst institute I've ever seen.
It is.
But she lassos his leg and hangs him over the side of the building, and she's about to drop him, but he starts pretending he's a scared,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, "Uh-oh, don't need another cut that guy's head off situation."
Been here before.
Goes to check his mask. He pulls her off the roof and stabs her and drops her to her death.
She gives him a nice kiss in the
She
in
does
the
and
lips.
says, "See you in hell."
That was-
Eventually, like 14 movies from now.
that was one of her things where she was like, "Fine, I'll appear in your movie, but I need to be dead."
Yeah.
Guess what?
She doesn't look unhappy to be dead,
Yeah.
but she didn't shit herself.
She's not dead.
And that's what I always say. If you don't see them shit themselves, they ain't dead.
You said it a lot of times while we were watching this.
Yeah.
But on his way out, he
Good thing
gives
you
the
don't have
knife to
smell
Harold,
vision.
and Harold is like, "Oh, Michael Myers, born 1950." Blah, blah, blah.
And he goes even more in detail than he does with the other killers. He's like, killed this many people this day, and then 3 people this day, and then people thought he was dead. But then he came back and he killed 4 more people.
and now he's
Which
back
I'm like,
again.
you're giving me the kill count from the movies, and I'm not impressed.
I wasn't either, considering he had said, was it Gacy or Ed Gein? He was like, Gacy, he's like, killed 33 people and put them under their floorboard. I'm like, oh,
Well,
that's a good amount.
so this clarifies too, and this is what I thought. The H2O was basically like, we had 1, 2, and now we're doing this. It's like
Uh-huh.
forget 3, which really has nothing to do with Michael Myers, so that's fine. And then forget
What?
4 and 5. So the idea was when John Carpenter started the Halloween series, at least this is what I've read. I don't know. It might be a George Lucas situation where he's changing his mind later.
I've got a diary, bitch.
But the idea was like you have this movie about Michael Myers or The Shape or whatever, because I don't know if he gets a name in that first movie. I don't
Yeah.
remember. But you have that movie. It's a story. It's a horror story on Halloween.
Okay.
And then the next one is going to be another story on Halloween, like anthology type of situation.
Okay.
But Michael Myers was so popular that they brought him back to do Halloween 2. John Carpenter was not involved with that. And then so they tried to move forward with this. We're doing other stuff idea with Halloween 3, which is called Season of the Witch.
Which with 2 V's, I assume.
No, just a W this time. It's not about Michael Myers at all. It takes place in Northern California. There's this guy making Halloween masks that can control children to make them kill their parents, I think. Question mark.
Dope.
It's an awesome movie.
Killing parents is tight.
Don't worry, you'll see it soon. Spoiler alert
I
for
wasn't.
the future.
I wasn't worried. Now I actually am. God, you're such a disciplined daddy.
Don't you?
Over here, fucking into S&M, fucking movie bondage.
It features a very drunk for the whole movie Tom Atkins.
Tom
The
Atkins.
guy who made
remind
the
me.
Atkins diet?
No, not the guy who did the Atkins diet. Okay, well, maybe this doesn't mean anything to you. He's in Night of the Creeps, Maniac Cop, The Fog.
The original Fog or the one with?
The original.
Powder
Drive
Monkey.
Angry, some other stuff. But he's awesome, and when he's playing a drunk, he's awesomer. But It has nothing
I
to do
know
with
that
it.
face.
And then it didn't do well, and it wasn't well reviewed, and so they went back to Michael Myers for 4 and 5. But this is basically saying 4 and 5 didn't happen because this guy is reviewing his kills and doesn't talk about those two.
But is 6 H2O?
It's technically H2O is number 6.
Okay.
That's why they didn't.
Sorry to
number
go
it.
off track. I have no idea about this lore world or.
And I don't either.
I'm fuzzy. Like I said, I've seen the first 3 for sure. And as we were watching this, I was like, "Oh, I've definitely seen this movie before," but I don't remember.
I felt like
it.
I'd seen it. How fucking easy it was to call shit. I mean, it's like it's just the most common thought you could have about how to kill somebody in that moment is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, they make it super obvious too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's something poking out right here.
Oh, I bet you when they pull that attic little fucking ladder down that someone's going to fall out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, they were on the ladder. I was close.
But they still fell down.
No, they stayed right there.
I mean, like, fell.
Yeah. That's like a bobsled. You've seen Swiss Army Friend.
Yes. No, I have not.
Swiss Army Man.
Same. Well, are they not friends?
Well, I guess
We're
they
splitting hairs here, dude. You can be friends with dead people. Ask fucking Haley Joel Osment.
Ask ICP.
Ask ICP. Why I don't get that reference. I was just on board with her being on board with me.
Oh, because you think you're fresher than her? I mean, just because she's dead and she doesn't really move around a lot.
yeah,
She's still
there's
cool.
a song about fucking
She's
his
still
dead
cool
girlfriend.
to be around.
Wow.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Riddle box.
As soon as you said you think you're fresher than her, it just came flooding back.
Hey, no judgment, dude. I fucking have the Smash Mouth album.
I had that too.
Fushu, man. Yo, I am in the mood for like a really juicy IPA, and I don't see any in the fridge.
Yeah, I think I'm all out, but I do know a place we can go get some more.
Let's go to the Arizona Beer House.
Arizona Beer House. They have 34 taps. There's like almost 800 cans and bottles that you can drink in-house or take to go. And it's conveniently located at Broadway and Kolb, 150 South Kolb in Tucson, Arizona.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd tap that.
Let's head down to Arizona Beer House right now.
Let's go. I'll drive.
First pint's on me, guys.
All right.
But so then we go to Haddonfield, Illinois, Haddonfield University.
Oh, yeah.
Because these are all college kids. That way you can see their boobs.
Yeah, you're allowed to. They're college. We only get one set of boobs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, shame.
You get a teaser.
We get one set of boobs. We get a cleavage shot of
You see her
Katie
girlfriend's.
Sackhoff,
You see her girlfriend's boobs in a bra.
Lacy little number.
Lacey Bra.
Lacy nips.
It's more like see-through satiny.
That was
All
Lacy.
right. But
It's
so
burnt into my brain. The image is in my brain. It's black lace.
Yeah, it's not lace.
So we have
Share.
Sarah Moyer, who's being played by Bianca Kajlik.
You did better than I would have with that name.
I know for a fact she was in a show called I want to say it was Rules of Engagement. It has Patrick Warburton. It has the person you fucking hate, David Spade, and she's in because it's like the married couple, the engaged couple, and
Oh,
the
my
single
fucking
guy.
dad loved this show. He told me
And
about
she
it
was
all the
engaged
time when
to
we
Hudson,
drank. Who? Which one's
Kate Hudson's
Oh.
brother.
What? Is he handsome?
Yeah,
Goldie Hawn's son?
yeah.
Jiminy Hudson.
Jiminy
I'm
Hudson.
making that up,
No,
obviously.
Brock
But
Hudson's son, dude.
she might have been in that. She was in that Winchester's show that you watched there. That
I
prequel.
watched Supernatural. I did not watch Winchester.
I watched you watch it.
All right, Sting, calm down. Every show you watch.
It's like a prequel to Supernatural. She played someone named Millie. I don't know who the fuck that is. I didn't watch Supernatural either. And she's also
Oliver
in Bring It
Hudson.
On.
She's in Bring It On.
Yeah. So we might see her again.
Did you want me to care about that one?
No. I just know recently
kinda
someone was in Bring It On, and Whitney was very excited about it. So
Isn't the
It was
isn't
Elijah
this
Dushku.
black dude in there as well?
no, he was in Save the Last Dance.
Oh, I'm getting my bullshit confused.
Getting my stupid ass early 2000s dancing movies.
It's already been
confused.
brought in. Sorry.
So we have
no,
Sarah.
but Gabrielle Union is in the first one.
So we have Sarah. We have Jen, who's played by Katie Sackhoff. As we said, Battlestar Galactica, Mandalorian. She was in a really good show on Netflix, at least the first season. I never watched the second, called Another Life.
Huh.
It's another sci-fi show.
So she's got a type.
Yeah, she's married to that guy from Shameless that was like the shitty boyfriend in the first season.
Steve,
with two names.
Jimmy Scott John.
Jimmy Steve.
Jimmy Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's married to that guy, and she
Jimmy
goes to
Crack
space,
Corn.
and there's some alien stuff. I don't know. I remember it being really good. And we also have Rudy, who's played by Sean Patrick Thomas, who is not an Irishman.
As far as
I
you
can
know.
tell. as far as I can tell.
Can't be named that without being a little Irish. Here's what you do. You put a fucking raw potato right in front of him, and you turn your back for a second. If it's all eaten up, he's Irish. If it's not eaten up, he might still be Irish. He's not hungry.
We will probably see this guy again because he was also in Dracula 2000.
Here's what you do. You open his mouth, and you smell his breath. Does it smell like whiskey? He's Irish.
No, it just smells like potatoes, sir.
Oh, can you make whiskey from potatoes?
Probably.
If you could, I think we would have figured it out by now.
No, you can make vodka.
We don't say that
That's
word.
why I was always confused
That's a
that the
dirty
Irish
word.
have whiskey all the time. Wouldn't they have invented vodka?
You eat a potato. You don't drink a potato, sir. You eat a fucking potato.
What about a fermented banana?
I could have a fermented banana, but that's too fruity. We're Irish. We don't put phallic things in our mouth. Oh, we don't even know what Octua means. It's an island named Octua. Star Wars. Look at that. He brought it back.
So there is some dude, they're all hanging out in their dorm talking about this show that they're going to be on, and some random dude comes in and he's talking about, like, don't go there. It's the house where he was raised. Ooh.
But as he's talking, he just grabs like these very sexy underwear that are drying on some sort of apparatus.
Yeah.
And but you don't do that to somebody, whether you know him or not.
Yeah.
But he's just like, yeah, don't go in there.
Yeah, that's what I was
Don't go
waiting
in there.
for. I was waiting for
Same.
a sniff because he's just rubbing on their panties.
As he's doing that, you hit your vape thingy, and I was just like, am I hearing the dude sniff?
So
Is he sniffing from afar?
one of two things. He was fighting it so hard, like, don't fucking sniff them. Don't sniff them. Or the panties were just supposed to be a prop. And this actor walked in and was like, I'm going to pretend these were on Katie Sackhoff.
I'm going full like method here, and I'm just
Yeah.
gonna sniff Katie Sackhoff's
Do you know what
panties.
his
yeah,
name was?
I'm not creepy. I'm method.
His character's name?
Panty sniffer?
Aron.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Isn't that a Pokemon?
Meh?
Pretty sure there's a Pokemon named Aaron.
Aaron?
I'm out of my depth on that one.
Yeah.
Aaron?
Back to panty sniffing.
Yep.
So, meanwhile, we have Miles Barton, played by Ryan Merriman, in another room. And Ryan Merriman was in Final Destination 3, so good for him.
Uh-huh.
That's the one. That's the luck of the Irish.
Yeah, he's her internet boyfriend. And he was also in The Pretender, which came up on some other episode recently.
Oh,
He
shit.
plays the young version of the main guy.
Oh, okay.
Which, as soon as I saw that and then I saw the character in the movie, I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah, so.
Because I'm not super familiar with the show. We watched one episode, but I've looked it up a few times.
Jared, that's the main guy's
Yes,
name.
yeah. He's young Jared / Gemini,
Okay.
whoever the fuck that is.
Oh,
And
I
his
bet you.
friend-
You know that later seasons there's a evil twin
Oh,
named
yeah.
Gemini. It's
That makes
Jared's
perfect sense.
fucking like
Gemini, right?
Yeah, it's his like clone or fucking brother that he never knew.
Yeah.
We were separated at birth. You were raised rich. I was raised poor.
Well, join our Patreon at patreon.com/worstpeople, because if we get enough people, we'll just watch The Pretender.
you bet. I'll rewatch it.
I mean, we can watch it anyway, but we'll talk to you guys about it.
Yeah.
Then we also have his friend Scott, who's played by a guy named Billy Kay, whose only credit that I recognized besides this was that he played a baby in 3 Men and a Baby.
Ooh,
Not the baby.
not the titular baby.
No, just
Oh, so
a
one
character
of,
named
Oh, when they
Baby.
go to like a daycare?
or when Tom Selleck is using the. I think all of them use the baby to flirt with women at one point.
They do.
And you know,
Okay.
if you see another baby, like, hey, play date.
He's just
And then-
credited as Baby.
Yeah.
So, no.
Maybe he was a drug dealer named Baby. He's a fully grown person.
He's Tom Selleck's drug dealer.
Yeah. God, what a fucking time.
Or
I
Steve
would
Guttenberg's
I would
drug dealer.
I would rather be Ted Danson's drug dealer if I had my choice. But Tom Selleck,
Well,
just
because Ted
imagine.
Danson's just buying weed. If you're selling drugs to Tom Selleck or Steve Guttenberg, you're selling the hard shit.
Just imagine Tom Selleck coming up from a plate of Coke with like a little milk mustache of just fucking white powder.
On his regular mustache.
You got a little something on your mustache. It ends up being like a whole 8-ball. How fucking thick that thing is. We're on a Coke. Check Tom's mustache.
It's called To Goes.
To goes.
Yeah. It's his to go carrier.
He just
All he
puts
has
his
to do is
mustache
go-
to his nose. Woo! We're back.
I got a doggy mustache for later.
There you go. This is doggy
Can I
stash.
get a doggy stash?
But yeah, so Miles is
Gutenberg's
her
only buying date rape drugs. Go on.
Miles is her like internet boyfriend who he tells her his name is Deckard.
And he's a senior
He's
or
a senior and something,
whatever
something.
closer to her age.
And he's like, "Oh, she really likes me." And his friend's like, "You're fucking weird."
Yeah.
His weird, creepy friend is telling him he's weird and creepy.
It's
Yeah.
time to evaluate yourself.
Yep.
The panty sniffer came in. He said, hey, stop acting so funny. You're creeping us out, dude.
And they're all selected to be on this show. So they go to meet with Freddie Harris and Nora, who are played by Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks.
One of my least favorite people on this planet, dude.
Yeah, I don't like Tyra Banks. I don't know why.
She's one of the worst. I mean, I've never watched her show. I've just seen things that have come off of her show, and she's just the worst.
I think she does a bunch of Lifetime movies. Maybe that's not her.
I hope not, because we're gonna do some of those Lifetime
Who was the
movies.
model that was in Kill Bill?
Oh no, Vivica A. Fox.
Vivica A. Fox. Yeah.
So
Who
maybe,
I do
maybe
like
it's,
more.
Maybe it's Vivica A. Fox who does the Lifetime movies.
She's gorgeous.
I can get behind Vivica A. Fox. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Oh, she's in Idle Hands. Just
Yes,
saw
she
it.
is.
And they're interviewing everybody, asking them stupid questions. We see the rest of the people. We have Bill, who's played by Thomas Ian Nicholas, who from here on out will be referred to by me at least as Rookie of the Year.
Nicholas.
Yep.
He was also a kid in King Arthur's Court, which is another movie where he plays a baseball kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he just kept the costume.
He was also
They're like, just bring it
American
over.
Pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was in the American Pie movies, etc.
Isn't he in Final Destination 1?
Possibly.
Maybe?
I believe
I
he's
don't
in
know,
that
it's-
Mentos commercial you sent me. The
might have
Saw-
been.
the Devin Sawwall Mentos commercial.
Yeah, he might have been. But they're asking him all these stupid questions. We also meet the other two. There's Donna and Jim, who have the actors have names, but they aren't in anything.
Yeah, don't get
so-
too concerned.
Donna and Jim. Jim's the weird one.
Yeah.
He's a music major.
Yep. And also he's doing what? Poli Psych. But I mean, you barely need to know him. They do kind of do this intellectual tussle every now and then.
Yeah,
Because he just out of nowhere, everybody gets a little pervy at one point, except for the fucking Irish black dude. Rudy's pretty on point, but both these other guys are just trying real hard.
yeah, because Rookie of the Year is all over Katie Sackhoff.
From moment one.
So they're doing their interviews, and something is set up that never comes back.
Yeah, I could not believe this, dude. I thought we were definitely doing Chekhov's fucking vocal
Scream.
warm-ups.
Yeah, because a light gets knocked over, and Sarah screams, and it makes another light in the building explode or something. And
Bunch of glass fucking pops.
Busta Rhymes is like, "Now that's what I'm looking for."
You're in.
That's what you're looking for?
Apparently,
It's gonna pop all your equipment, dude.
yeah. You know that cameras all rely on glass.
This is gonna be very expensive for you.
She tries to quit pretty much right away. She tells Busta Rhymes like, "Nah, I don't want to do this."
And this is where we get the Busta Rhymes like big scene.
yeah,
He's watching Wat Chun Li,
Wat Chun Li.
Wat Chun Li.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, fucking hip hop and kung fu movies go way back.
oh yeah.
But she comes to the door and wants to quit, and he improvises some fucking shit off the top of his head about like, no, you got to do it. You never know what life's gonna bring you, yada yada. And then she leaves like, damn, I am good.
And that's how we know that he came up from the top of his head
I'm gonna
because
pat
he tells
myself
us.
on the back. Like, it's just so bad. I think I could legitimately do a better job than this, and I've never acted a day in my life.
I think you have acted every time you're a bartender.
That's true. You want me to act happy? That's in my repertoire.
And like they go looking, or her and her friends go looking for sexy clothes for her to wear because Katie Sackhoff's like, "You can't wear what you're wearing."
Katie Sackhoff wants to turn this into her stepping stone into fame.
Yeah.
she's an early like influencer,
Yeah,
which is a term
Early
that I can't
influenza.
stand.
yeah. Because you know why though? Because you're not influencing me. They're not influencing you.
I don't think you're influencing anybody.
No, America's pretty dumb.
That's fair.
People are like, oh, I will buy that shoe because she's wearing
Oh,
it.
you know what? My kids bought shit off TikTok.
See?
Yeah.
Influenzas, dude.
But while they're looking for stuff, she sees Michael in the reflection, and then he's not there. It's some little kid in like a gerbil costume.
Hey, easy, dude. He went as Richard Gere's pet. Very popular in 02.
So it's already starting, and apparently he must have really been walking around because she doesn't know really what he looks like. So I don't know why she'd be seeing him.
Oh, you would know Mike Myers.
Michael.
I feel like
You
it's
would
Michael.
know both.
Um,
my belly.
I think everybody knew
All
like
right.
the story.
Yeah.
There's no way that she's gonna go. And maybe I'm wrong, but she's not gonna go on this internet
Well, they know who
Dangertainment
he
show
is.
without researching. Though you're going to his house.
Yeah.
I mean, they not to spoil anything, but
cares?
Freddie's
Yeah.
dressed up as him,
Yeah,
so everybody
Okay.
knows what he
Yeah, I
looks
guess
like.
that's
that
fair.
wouldn't work if you didn't know what he looked like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We got there.
And they have to wear these body cameras. I guess not body cameras. face
It's a
cameras.
face
Yeah,
camera?
it's a GoPro shitty little fucking head laser.
That's what they are. They're just laser pointers that they put on their head, right?
This didn't turn them on. The laser pointer's back in the shot, dude. Who fucking hit theirs?
And we get this guy Charlie who's setting up cameras inside the house, and he's talking about how he went to the same school as Spielberg and he knows what he's doing and blah
'Cause
blah
he's
blah.
setting up cameras.
Keep Spielberg's name out this movie, dude.
And Tyra Banks is trying to be all witty and be like, okay, we'll just put the cameras anywhere.
Yeah, and then she goes and makes a horrendous sugar coffee drink.
That looks like trash.
You know what? It looks absolutely awful. You're talking about some real coffee drinkers here. She's got it iced. She's got it whipped creamed. She's dropping chocolate in there. She's dropping like caramel and
the
shit.
coffee itself is white.
Someone, you know what? Somebody else started a business after this movie called Dutch Brothers. Fucking trash.
You're not wrong because she does make an espresso.
And she is making the mess of the century.
Oh,
you know
there's
what?
shit
Because she
everywhere.
knows I don't have to clean it up. And we're
She is
moving
in
out.
the control room for the show. You know what you don't do in a room full of all the
Have
equipment you need
liquid?
for your money to be made?
Spill all this shit.
Yeah, spill coffee and sugar everywhere.
Yeah,
You
put
want
it in a
ants,
to-go cup.
Lana? Because that's how you get ants.
That's how you get Michaels.
But this guy gets stabbed with a tripod, which apparently has a spear in the bottom.
And I asked you, when you've done filmed, a lot of spears on your tripods?
Yeah, as a person who went to school for like media production.
Same one Spielberg went to?
No.
Oh, okay.
Worked on television shows and commercials. I've seen tripods with little spikes on the bottom for like putting into dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep 'em steady. This thing is
A spear.
2.5 feet long.
Oh, yeah, you could get a barracuda with this thing.
Barracuda.
But Michael kills him, and it's kind of cool because the camera's on the tripod and it's pointing down for some reason. So we get to see like the killer's view of him getting stabbed, like Giallo-esque, but not entertaining.
Mike Myers knows he's got to rebrand. And he's starting it right here. He's starting to realize the technology can work for him.
He's seen Survivor. He's doing his own Survivor.
What do you think he was doing while he was disappeared for 3 years? Catching up. Fucking on Survivor, Real Housewives. That was a thing back then.
No, I don't think yet.
He's watching
Thankfully.
Talk Soup, just enjoying all the clips.
all the Joel.
Chicks,
material.
man. This is my favorite part.
No, he would just say. That's what he would say.
Yeah. There's never been a Michael Myers talking. Mike Myers talks a lot.
Yeah, well, that's why Michael Myers doesn't talk. Mike Myers took all the talk.
I'll bet he sounds like this. Oh, I'm going to stab you. You've been in my castle.
I'm from Indiana.
Listen to my accent from Indiana. Oh, it's great. Me and Russell Crowe.
Is that like the only voice he does, really? If you think about it, like, So
does-
I
he
Married an
does
Axe Murderer, he's playing his own dad, right? And he does like a Scottish thing.
Sure.
Well, it's because he is Scott.
And he
is
does
Scottish.
he does a pretty good British guy.
I guess he's got the British for Austin Powers.
Well, and even fucking Inglourious Bastards.
What?
Oh, I'll forget. I always forget he's
because he's doing a serious role.
because he's acting.
He's well, he's not Churchill, obviously, but he's he's one of the generals that sends them on their mission, and it's jolly good.
I need to see that again.
Oh, I'll watch that
when
any
he's
fucking
playing
day.
Yeah.
Doctor Evil.
Yeah, but that's not really a voice. That's just his voice.
But
with his,
Austin
but
Powers
he doesn't
is.
open the edges of his mouth. So he just goes. Meh.
Yeah, I mean, he had voices, especially like the old fucking SNL stuff.
Yeah.
It's the Scott being his number one,
Yeah.
because he even had the Scottish store. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. We got 3 sizes: wee, not so wee, and friggin' huge.
I liked Wayne.
I mean, I shouldn't be throwing too many fucking stones at a guy that's doing shitty Scottish accents, dude. I really
Yeah, but
really
you've
just
got more. You can do fucking Jay Leno and Eddie Murphy.
It's
and-
in the Highlands, Let's go for a walk. I can be Scottish. When you play Scottish, I can be Scottish. Yeah,
now do Jay Leno doing Scottish.
they can take our lives, but then they'll take our freedom. Yeah. I can't do it. I don't know even know how to combine those.
You
'Cause
start
you got to go
rolling-
like
you start
this.
rolling
You gotta
R's.
roll the tongues. You gotta get it going there, boys.
So they get to the house. They're setting all up. Busta Rhymes gives his little speech about how it's a mystery wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in an enigma or something.
Yep.
We've
That's
heard
almost
this
exactly.
shitty line in other shitty movies.
And he's
Yep.
like, we definitely didn't plant anything in the house.
Everything
this is
is
100%
actually
real.
there.
Wink. Wink, wink. Hey, Tyra, do you hear me winking?
Even the cameras were already there waiting for us.
Mhm.
Nobody's been in this house.
And he's got a line, something along the lines of, let the Dangertainment begin, motherfucker.
he says Dangertainment with a straight face,
More than once.
which makes me think he might actually be a good actor.
He probably
I would
named
lose
it.
my shit. I'm like, we're sticking with Dangertainment. Is it? We all agreed together. This is okay.
Well, because it's
All right.
danger and it's entertainment.
Oh, he didn't want to sully the name of Dangertainment because that was going to be the label he was going to start for his horrorcore career when he started rapping with like Esham and ICP.
Yeah. Did he rap with ICP?
No.
Oh God.
Well, maybe
I don't think so, dude.
they
don't
had
think
enough
so.
money to. They got Snoop Dogg,
Did
They
they?
did.
Not Busta Rhymes, Old Dirty Bastard,
Did they?
kinda.
Was he already dead?
No,
Because we know that they don't mind fucking their dead.
they paid him like
ex-girlfriends.
10 grand for a verse, and they just got a bunch of tapes that were not compatible with their studio, and it was just him mumbling and like just saying because he was so fucking cracked out.
Yeah.
And so they took the tapes and cut them up to make a verse. It's on a song called "Bitches."
I might check that out just for research purposes.
He's got it for you.
I'll be in
it's-
incognito mode.
It's funny.
He already has it on his phone. He's played it for people.
Don't admit that.
But so they go in, they start searching the house. Jim starts
Fucking Joe.
Jim starts flirting with Donna here, like saying he's
Flirting
got the
is
line,
not the right way. It's
sexually harassing.
you get nice legs. When do they open?
I think they have a secret. You've done this before, where you're like secretly fucking somebody and you don't want anybody else to know that you're doing anything.
I don't think they're
So you
fucking
treat
yet.
them like shit.
I think she's
I'm not
she's
that guy.
into it, but she doesn't
Oh.
want to be.
I'm not
into
saying I
it.
haven't secretly fucked. I'm saying I wouldn't treat them like shit.
Well, not treat them like shit, but you like throw people off the set and you act like you don't care about this
She has
person
to
at
throw
all.
people off the stairs. I'm not dating her. If I was dating her, if I was having sex with her, I'd throw her off the stairs like this. Ah!
But I think that's
Well,
just
now we don't
because
have
the
to pay for
way
that abortion.
she's like, it's a good thing there's no cameras here. Boom, shirts
Yeah,
off,
well,
they're
it-
making out.
I just
Like,
think it was bad writing. Like she was
Oh.
supposed to have a change of heart, and it was just
am I
like
putting too much into it?
I think you would put more than they are.
I was gonna say I think it's like she's into him because he's scuzzy and gross and that's her type, but she doesn't want to do it in front of her friends,
Like
and she
Peggy
doesn't
Sue?
want to do it on the internet. where
Because
everybody
getting
can
with
see.
a music major is tantamount to being a lesbian.
That's what she says.
I can get behind that.
lesbianism.
You can get behind any lesbian.
I will.
They do find some creepy stuff in this house, probably all planted, but it's starting to remind me of the house from Cabin in the Woods, which Jack still hasn't seen.
Still hasn't seen it.
But like they open like this little Harry Potter door,
Yeah.
and there's like a high chair with chains.
I'm not
and
sure
locks.
that's planted though, because on it was the thing for the. Oh no, they did want him to get
Yeah.
down to that bomb cell shelter thing.
So-
Okay, never
Yeah.
mind.
No,
Redacted.
but the fact that like we're sitting here watching it and then she's like, "What is this?" Jack's like, "That's where we keep the baby." And then-
keep the babies. That's like I thought of a Harry Potter fucking closet, but like in
Yeah.
a worst case scenario. Oh, it's time for feed and bring the baby out.
And then they open it, and it's a fucking high chair.
Yep.
Uh oh.
With fucking leather fucking latchings and
Well, yeah, back in the 70s it was leather.
for handcuffing your baby to a
No, the
high
strap
chair?
around the waist.
Oh God!
Yeah, but
I
it's got
think-
wrist straps.
I
and
think
shit.
we
Yeah,
just had a fucking brief glimpse into Whitney's fucking. In the 70s, they always chained babies down with leather. I didn't know why I called it chaining down. Should be called strapping down. It's a strapping young lad because he was strapped up when he was young. And he stayed young because we killed him.
Well, meanwhile, at the party, internet boyfriend is there.
Yep.
There's a party, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're the only frosh invited.
Yeah.
Your
'Cause
sister
the
only
friend-
invited you because she doesn't want your parents to know she has a tattoo.
Yeah, she has the Lord of the Rings fucking tattooed around her butthole.
Ooh.
One O ring to rule them all.
It's before
I
the
like
movies,
it.
people.
Yeah, that's how you know she's a real
No, it's
fan.
not. 2002. The first one came out in 2000 or 1999. 2001.
Yeah, but the second one didn't come out until. Or no, I saw the third one in 03 or 02. Never
the
mind.
third one came out in 03.
So
'Cause I
she
was
got
working at
this.
the
She
theater.
got the butthole tattoo in excitement for the third one.
Yeah, because she wanted to show it off when she went to the all-day marathon.
Just the news camera comes by, like, "What are you guys waiting in line for? You tell me." Drops her pants and moons them. Cut. We can't show her butthole.
But I know it
No
was
one's
03.
serving alcohol.
I know it was 03 because I was working at the theater when it came out because they did do an all-day marathon of the two extended editions and then the premiere of the new one at midnight So Katie Sackhoff and Rookie of the Year are also exploring, and he's trying to flirt with her. She's kind of flirting back, but just to make a fool of him.
And I think to be a little something for the cameras.
Well, yeah, because she takes off her shirt, or starts taking off her shirt.
And she shows her beautiful little tummy and then sheer bra.
It's lazy.
And then
And
$20.
I love how he's just like, wait, you're gonna show me your boobs?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
mama.
came his pants right there.
Dude, the internet knows how quick you fucking jizz.
Yeah, everybody on the internet knows that you came before she took her shirt off.
Hold on. Did American Pie already happen?
Yes.
Then there was a callback to American Pie. Because what's his
your
fuck?
internet trivia say?
What's his fuck gets off real quick on because he's not with Nadia. And
Oh,
they're
yeah. And she like touches
Jason
him and
Biggs?
he comes.
Yeah, and he
pie fucker.
Oh, dude, if she's gonna touch me, I'd probably fucking jizz right now. That whole 1 hour and a fucking hour 20 minutes is out the window with her.
But internet. Oh, we didn't mention internet boyfriend and his roommate are dressed up like Jules and
Vern,
John Travolta.
Jules and Vern.
It's not
Is it
Vern.
Vern?
Vincent.
Vincent. Thank you.
Jules Vern is.
Yeah, I know where you were
writer.
going, but I was
No,
like,
it's
that's
I'm
not
not
it.
even looking at you.
Quit saying it.
God, Jules Vern.
But
I
they're
can say it
dressed up
harder.
like Jules and Vincent
Jules
from
Verne.
Pulp Fiction. But thankfully, Weird Roommate is not doing blackface.
Which I gotta
Thank
give him
God.
the credit for that because he seems like a person that would.
yeah.
But you know
Yes.
what? Busta Rhymes is somewhere on set. Do not catch this. Do not let Busta Rhymes catch you in blackface.
Well, also,
Busta Rhymes is pretty swole at this
he's
point.
a bust your face.
Like
yeah. You pointed out, Jack, when we saw the cover of the movie before we hit play, it's got that post-Scream 90s cover,
Yep.
even though it's 2002, where there's like the knife coming down and it's a reflection of all the main characters.
Yep.
And most of them are not white.
Yeah, I think it was 4 out of 5 were people of color. Like
Yeah.
bold.
Yeah.
Which you would like to think, oh, this movie did bad because of that. The internet trolls got on board. No. This just wasn't good.
Yeah. And it came out in July.
It's so stupid.
It was up against the two towers or something. So, like, who the fuck was going to see that?
Yeah, no shit.
Oh.
Yeah, I got big competition right there. Do you want to just kind of go through the kills
Yeah, because
instead
it's
of point by point? Or
Yeah, we can just
unless
go
you have
through.
some good notes for it.
No, I do like one line that I think it's Jim says to Donna, because it's when they're still kind of flirting right before they find the murder basement. And he's like, when are you going to stop doing all that thinking and let your body do the thinking for you? Or
Yeah.
something like that. And she's just like,
Yep.
But that's when they start getting all makey out, and then he finds the key for the bomb shelter, and then the fake wall explodes with fake body parts.
Yep.
yeah, all
And
these
that's when-
skeletons.
Oh, but this is when we get the boobies.
Yes, we do.
And
at first, it's
redheads
just on
have-
that. Redheads have great nipples, male or female, doesn't matter. At first, on that grainy
Prove
footage,
it.
and it's like,
Prove it. Let's see your nipples.
like chewed bubble gum.
Oh my God, they are beautiful. You also could have
Man,
just
we need
done
to be
that.
doing this with video.
I'll stretch out my shirt.
All right, hold on. Let me get the camera up. Do it again.
Post this Patreon. If you want to see my nipple for $3 a month, you can see my nipples. I think that's just OnlyFans. I don't think that's Patreon. See my Lord of the Rings butthole tattoo.
But yeah, we do see her boobs. It's in grainy low res
then
until
we
the
get it-
skeletons fall on her.
Yeah.
And I was starting to get worried at first when they were like, well, there's cameras all around and you guys have cameras on your head. I was like, oh, fuck. Is the rest of this movie going to be Blair Witch fucking grainy camera?
I would have had no problem being like, hey, I'm done watching.
Yeah.
We'll do anything else.
Let's do number 5.
Like, you know what? Let's just do the episode.
Yeah. I can record. I'm just not going to watch anymore.
Katie Sackhoff is faking being attacked, so she scares her friends.
Good scream. If this is really her,
It
good
is.
scream.
I think it's really her.
Rookie of the Year finally gets killed. Like, we start getting kills for real.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of a cool one. He's looking at this old shitty mirror.
I
and
like this
Michael
kill.
Mirrors just Michael Mirrors.
Michael Mears.
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
Michael
I don't know if
Mears.
it's a Freudian slip or it's a good slip.
Michael Myers bursts through the fucking mirror and like pulls him in and just like stabs him a bunch of times. I think.
Yeah, you get a
pretty-
knife in the
wanted-
top
Oh,
of
that's
the
right.
head.
He stabs him in the top of the head.
What I
Yeah.
wanted was him to pull him down on the jagged mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have
you
been
know,
dope.
and then finish off with a knife in the
Well,
head.
I had
I mean,
a
yeah.
feeling going into this because I remember a lot of the kills in H2O being like you start seeing it and it cuts away kind of shit.
All the fucking the Jasons that we've done.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was waiting for like Michael Myers grabs him and pulls him, and then we just cut away and find him dead later.
Yeah.
So at least we saw this knife go right into the top of his skull.
Yeah,
which
we
is really
did.
cool.
I'll give credit where this movie is, where I can on this movie. It doesn't do a lot of really shitty special effects like computer graphic.
Yeah.
You know, there's a couple here.
Well,
the
and
head
I
cutting
read
off thing.
that there was no stuntman here. They really stabbed him in the head, and that's why after this he was only in American Pie sequels.
They hit a very you get him a fucking top head lobotomy.
I read that on the Internet Movie Derek database.
I'm not sure if you're allowed to cite yourself as a source.
It's a true story.
I read it in my diary. Why would it be written down if it's not true?
It's a story that I honestly wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And we get speaking of a story I wrote real quick, the guy who wrote this, who I didn't have any credits for, Larry Brand, is also credited with writing a 37-minute like short film called Michael versus Jason. Does that sound familiar to you, wife?
Oh my god.
Yeah, the guy that
I don't
The guy in
remember.
a
I don't remember
wheelchair.
if it got cut from the episode we talked about it, but there was a guy in a wheelchair who came up to us at the movie theater one day, and he was like, "Oh, I was writing a script. It's Michael versus Jason," and he's going to this whole thing about how it's got their dads in it, and it's all this stuff. And then I saw this guy had a credit for that back in like 2004, and I was like, "Is this
Did
that
we
guy?
just
could
meet
be, could be.
Did I just meet Larry
He even
Brand?"
said
or
it was
whatever?
a short film. Is there a picture of Larry Brand?
Well, an old picture probably.
Talk amongst yourselves.
But anyway, there is a guy also at the party who's credited as Teen Party Guy. I want to mention because it's kind of funny because he's kind of a person. He's someone who's related to a person.
He looks like a person.
His name is Kyle Labine. He was in Freddy vs. Jason, but he's also Tyler Labine's brother. Tyler Labine was in the show Reaper, which is a pretty cool show.
Two Sons,
the
Sons of Tucson,
which was not a cool show.
No, I like
And-
him when he's in the right role.
He was in Super Troopers 2. He was one of the Canadian cops, the Mounties.
Yeah,
He's in this it was 5 seasons. The
The
New
Resident?
New Amsterdam.
New Amsterdam.
New
Some medical
Amsterdam.
show.
It was a
oh
medical
God,
show.
fucking the roommate. Oh, I don't have a roommate anymore. The old roommate used to watch that.
In the murder basement, when they're about to fuck and all that shit falls out of the wall, they figure out it's fake because Jim looks at one of the arms that fell out, and it's got a big old stamp on it, made in fucking Taiwan.
I mean, hey, they make people in Taiwan. They're called Taiwanese people. I mean, this guy doesn't even understand geography.
Wait, do I have a stamp on me that says made in the U.S.?
Yeah, it was made in Colorado.
It's your Calvin and Hobbes tattoo. And I have a Tommy gun tattooed on my arm. I don't think anybody outside of America has got a Tommy gun tattooed on their arm.
That's fair. We see Michael Myers in the house, like stalking around for the first time, really. We've seen flashes of him in a corner or whatever. We saw him come through the mirror, but he comes walking through a door. And then
Not like
right
actually through
behind
the
him,
door from
not through
original.
the door like
For
earlier.
one-
in the
through
movie.
a
once, it's
doorway.
it's a frame, a door frame.
But then right behind Michael Myers is
It's-
Michael Myers.
It's Inception of Michael
Which
Myers.
one's real?
Well, you know which one's real. The one actually doing the creepy stalking, not the one whose footsteps we can hear.
Yeah.
Because they fucking, the Foley artists don't put in footsteps for real Michael Myers.
He's got a move that I noticed in this movie and in flashbacks where he just one arm lowers himself down from like
Yeah.
the rafters. This guy is just rocked.
Yeah. I mean, you see him huck a pretty buff fucking Busta Rhymes across a room.
Oh, yeah.
later
Yeah,
in
you
this
do.
movie.
Like a 210-pound Busta Rhymes, maybe more.
But so fake Michael Myers is Busta Rhymes, who's just yelling at this dude, thinking it's one of his guys. He's like, "What the fuck you doing dressed up like Michael
He
Myers?"
thinks it's the guy that got stabbed
He
earlier.
thinks
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Gus.
I'm Michael Myers. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's skedaddle, get the fuck out of Dodge.
Gonna get.
No, I'm just waiting for him to get stabbed in the face.
He even
but-
fucking
He
taps him on the
about faces.
fucking head. He's
Oh
like,
yeah, he's doing
you're
that
not
like
thinking? I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you are going to get your fingers eaten. This is the one part of the movie that I was like, all right, I thought for sure this is where Busta Rhymes dies.
Same.
Like, you're out of this movie because you're tapping Michael Myers.
Yep.
Don't tap me on the fucking head, and I'm not a fucking serial killer. Yet.
Well, I think Busta Rhymes saw Deep Blue Sea and was like, "Well, LL made it through most of that movie, so
Yeah.
you guys can't kill me yet."
he made it through the whole movie.
Did he?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he did. Yeah, he did.
His hat is like a shark fin,
Yeah.
so
Deepest, bluest.
he can survive.
Donna finds a secret tunnel behind the fake secret tunnel, so she goes into that and finds Michael's Myers.
Michael's
Jesus
Myers.
Christ, dude! Today,
Welcome to the cooking show, Michael's Myers.
she finds Michael Myers' basement bedroom with like an eviscerated rat that's still
Today
alive.
we're
Still
making
alive?
ratatouille.
That's what he was trying
Always
to do.
better when it's fresh.
And it was funny because throughout this whole movie, Sean Patrick Thomas has been saying, like, look, people only go crazy because they don't have the right kind of diet.
Hitler was a vegetarian and manic as shit.
So, maybe Michael Myers has just been eating
He's like,
rats
he's
his whole
just too
life.
much on protein. You need to like balance it out.
Check your aggression. I don't know which, he said some serial killers, like, that dude only ate Twinkies. That will make you a killer. Eating just Twinkies is going to turn you into a mad person.
But Michael Myers gets her, chases her down. There's like a gnarled gate at the end of this tunnel.
There's
and
one
of course,
spike.
Gnarled gate is the proper way to fucking
Yeah.
describe this thing, dude.
And of course, and it looks like the gate was fine, but when he had to get to his secret room, he just walked through it and bent all the bars out of the way.
oh shit, I forgot my keys. They're perfect.
He
It looks
lifts
like
her
she
up.
could have gone through it if she.
I agree.
definitely.
I agree. I mean, you would have had some discomfort. It's gonna hurt the butt.
You're gonna need a tetanus shot because she's
Yeah.
gonna scratch something.
now
Give
she
me the
needs
tetanus shot. I
more
will
than
be
that.
alive.
Yep.
Yeah, because he lifts her up and he doesn't even like thrust her onto this
He
broken
slowly
piece of gate. He
Penetrates her.
just slides her on.
Yeah.
Like, that sucks.
It was a sex scene.
This is sex for Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is also when we finally, besides the very
I gotta
very
keep
opening
calling him Mike
credits,
Myers.
we get the fucking Halloween theme.
Yeah, and it's good.
Dude. Ah.
Yeah,
It's the best part of this movie.
And it's also the only
sure.
time they do it, isn't it?
No, they do it once more later. It's right at the beginning before anything happens when the screen is black and we're just getting credits.
Yeah.
And then it's here and then it's toward the end there's another one.
It's not enough.
So now we got Katie Sackhoff finds Rookie of the Year's dead body
Yep.
and screams, and everyone's like, I'm not falling for it again.
Well, no,
Oh, they
Busta
already- yeah, they-
Myers attacks her first.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And then that's why
Busta
she goes and this is where they're all confirmed that everything's fake because Busta Myers attacks her and he's like, everybody turn off your cameras. He tells them this is all bullshit. And so when she goes upstairs,
he says what?
Dude hits him with the Taiwan hand.
oh yeah,
Yeah, he does. He should have said something
That
like,
was
I'm going to
funny.
hand it to you.
he just goes Taiwan.
But Freddie is saying what a thought that I had. We couldn't just let you go in here and risk nothing happening.
Oh, Busta Rhymes. Got
Busta
it.
Rhymes,
So
sorry.
Who the fuck is Freddie?
Busta Myers. He does voice what we thought. Like, you can't just let him go in there with nothing.
Yeah.
You had to set up something. Otherwise, it could just be them. Or maybe he's hoping they're going to fucking...
Nobody actually likes
because
reality.
Ghost Hunters hasn't come out yet. He didn't know they could just wander around a spoopy house.
Yeah. Who brought the bong? There's
Katie
like a little
Sackhoff.
fucking red graphics plastic
Yeah.
bong, pistol grip metal bowl. Ooh,
Katie
God.
Sackhoff and Sean Patrick Thomas are just getting stoned, and I do love that part because he's like, "Good thing there's no cameras in here," and she's like, "We're wearing cameras, dude."
I just wondered, like, when you're going into this place, you're like, all right, I gotta bring my essentials. I got my knife. I got a Leatherman tool. I
Where
got
did
some
she have
MREs. I got my fucking bong.
Oh,
Was it in
you know
her
what?
Vagina?
It's 2002. She's wearing cargo pants, I'm assuming.
They had to give us
No,
a
they were really
reason.
tight.
Like, she's been bitchy, I guess, but they had to give us a reason for Rudy, Sean Patrick Thomas, to die. Because slasher movies, you do drugs, you have premarital sex, you die.
yeah.
And he's just been a fitness nut, basically.
A really
He's
good
been
boy.
delightful, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
been a really good boy.
So I guess they had to have him smoke weed so that there'd be a reason for him to be
Still a really
crucified.
good boy in my eyes.
Yeah, well,
He's
it's
going to heaven.
2002 in Illinois.
Oh,
Or
you can't-
Indiana.
Yeah, you can't even smoke weed there now, I'm sure.
Indiana, I guarantee you, they might have medical, but I doubt it.
Doubt it. They don't have rec.
You go next state for that.
Don't come back either.
But yeah, so that's when Katie Sackhoff finds Rookie of the Year hanging from the attic stairs. She screams, and they're all like, "Oh, girl who cried wolf!" And then Michael
She's
Myers
covered in
comes out.
blood, and she's like, "He's dead."
Dude, Michael Myers comes out, and they're like, "Cool, okay, Busta Rhymes, sure." He slices her fucking head right off.
Oh, yeah.
and it
And it
tumbles
lands
down these stairs
at their feet.
What are you doing with that Katie Sackhoff head when you're done with the shoot? Just a bunch of fucking stage hands.
Busta has it.
What do you do with that open mouth Katie Sackhoff doll head?
I'm
Busta
surprised.
took it.
Busta has his own. He has his own people.
Speaking of sad nerds, I'm surprised that Big Bang Theory, which had a running thing of having Katie Sackhoff on there, mostly as like hallucinations for Howard.
Yeah, there was one time she was on the train.
Yeah, she was really there in one, but like he would see her all the time. It was like his fake mind girlfriend. I'm honestly surprised that at no point he was like, "Look, I got this prop head from Halloween Resurrection."
Yeah.
And they're like, "What are you using that for?"
They couldn't do it tastefully.
They didn't do a lot tastefully on that show.
Like
Not
comedy.
for Howard. Howard was
I
the
hate
creep.
that show. Every fucking person's like, you know what? You're going to love this show. And then I watch like a couple episodes. I'm like, you know nothing of me.
My parents were like, "You would love it because it's like nerd stuff." And I was watching it and I
That's-
was like, "This is making fun of nerds."
Yeah.
But I also watched the whole thing with Whitney.
Also, I'm not like astrophysicist nerd.
Yeah.
I am Star Wars nerd.
I'm like, they're saying words I don't know.
yeah.
When they start talking about comic books and Star Wars, got me.
I'm back in.
Or I guess it was mostly Star Trek. I don't think they owned Star Wars, so they didn't talk
Because
a lot
it's
about that.
fantasy. Star Trek is science fiction precursor to science fact.
Okay, yeah.
They watch Star Wars, they're like, well, there's no sound in space. There's no fire in space. Ugh.
That's right, because there's no oxygen, huh?
Yeah. But George Lucas said it'd be fucking boring if you didn't see that shit.
Yeah. Although you haven't watched Battlestar Galactica, give it a watch because they go with like science, like hard science fiction, they call it. So it's more like real shit. And when stuff explodes, like you'll see like an explosion that's like gets taken down real quick because there's inside the ship there's gas and there's
Yeah,
oxygen,
you would have oxygen
and it
venting.
starts and it goes down. But just the way they do things, like just the force of shit blowing out and like just it's pretty good without the explosions in space.
Yeah. But I mean, I also like George Lucas's version as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, no, so do I. Obviously, we have a whole show about it.
Yeah.
On tookshotsfirst.com. Pod.com.
Find it. There'll be a link up here somewhere.
There will be a link in the description of this episode.
There's a couple times that Michael Myers just straight up spikes the lens, and I can see him after a kill. Like, share, and subscribe.
Yep.
Got to rebrand. You want to support this channel? It's killing me that you don't have to subscribe.
Go to patreon.com/I killed your mom.
For only $3 a month, you could watch me kill someone you
No,
love.
his Patreon is patreon.com/Laurie Strode did it.
Oh, shit. Shots fired.
But Michael comes down and picks up this dude, Jim, and literally just crushes this guy's head. And it doesn't crush and pop as
he's-
we'd like to see.
I'm sorry. He stabs the knife into the wall to do this.
I'm just going to put
first.
this here for later.
Yeah, I'm going to hold this here because I don't need a knife for this loser. He just pushes down on his head, and you hear the scratching,
Yeah, you're on it today.
All those words.
He's Bob Cratchiting.
And I mean, I would have liked to see the whole head crushed with a special effect, but it's just so brutal just watching him just squeeze this guy's head and hearing the crunching
and
noises
Jim-
and blood just pouring out of orify.
Jim has the worst noise where I would be screaming if you're crushing my head. He goes, oh. It's the weakest, like, fucking.
It's
Yeah.
Christopher Walken's head getting
Oh,
squished.
no, my melon is getting quished. I don't even know what that means, but I can feel it getting quished. Sorry, I've been drinking all day, and now I'm a little quaffed.
Look, okay.
Quaffed,
all right.
damn near killed him.
And then Rudy and Michael have a knife fight in the kitchen. And
Dude, it's cool. I mean, Rudy's doing better than anybody else at this point.
yeah, I mean, he's mostly holding his own until he's got these two knives, and Michael grabs his arms, turns him in. We don't see this part, but he stabs him in the gut, lifts him up, and stabs the knives through the wall or the door to mount him on the door.
And then the people watching are like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, because they all think it's fake.
Oh,
He
and then
takes
that
the-
party's gotten bigger and bigger.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Every time we cut to it.
Because internet boyfriend was hanging out in like a bedroom at this party by himself,
And I like
people
the,
slowly trickled in.
The first couple are about to bang.
right on top of him.
And the fucking big guy, he's like, well, I'm watching this show. Do you want to watch? And he's like, fuck no. The girl's like, yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, no, sounds great.
The girl I was going to bang wants to watch, so I'm going to watch with you. Okay, here we go.
Wait, so we're not banging? Well, then I guess I'll watch. I'll watch the show.
But this nerd kid has to give me a hand job. I'm coming.
But after he mounts him on the door, he picks up this big old butcher knife, or chef's knife, I guess.
It's a chef's knife, but it's the fucking size of a butcher knife. This is
Yeah.
absurd. This is like if you wanted to cut 18 carrots at once.
I was like, this chef's knife is purely through cutting through like an actual side of beef.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he
I want one,
sticks
by
it-
the way.
He sticks it through Rudy. And this is when I was like, does this count as crucifixion? Because he's hung up
He's
on the
got
door.
3.
There's three knives in him. I don't know.
Hey, Jesus walks into a hotel, a Roman hotel, says, can you put me up for the night? Hey, this thing on.
So Rudy's dead. Internet helper is now talking to, or internet friend is now becoming internet helper. Deckard, yeah.
Deckard.
He's now becoming internet helper because he's texting Sarah on her Palm Pilot.
Okay, for someone like me that's mostly a dummy, what a nightmare that you see what I'm texting as I'm texting it. Because I need spell checks. My fat thumbs are going to get in the way. I'm going to misuse words that I don't understand that well.
They did it earlier also when she was writing him an email.
Like what?
It was showing it type up.
How terrifying would that be?
That happens in movies all the time. Like, we saw it in Hackers.
Yeah.
As they're typing to each other, the words are coming up one letter at a time.
Hackers, I can at least explain away that they're in some secret dark web chat room that gives you real time.
But I hate it. It's so dumb.
I do too.
Dumb.
That's never how it's worked.
It gives me anxiety just like thinking about having to text someone that live shit. And I would be doing hacker code like the letter B and then the number 4.
It gives me anxiety to see the 3 dots go bloop, bloop, bloop.
And speaking of singers,
and then
I turn
disappear.
that shit off.
or speaking of like hip hop R&B musicians who were in shitty horror movies, Kelly Rowland, who appears in Freddy vs. Jason and drops a big fat F-bomb.
Who's Kelly Rowland?
She was in Destiny's
Destiny's
Child.
Child.
Short
Oh,
hair.
Not Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that's not Beyonce and not the one that nobody knows.
Michelle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Middle fame.
Yeah, she had other hits, kind of. But she had a song on her own. This whole talk reminded me. She had some song, and I've seen this as a meme, which is why I know it. She had some song where she's doing a video, and she's got like a sidekick, and she's trying to text someone. And like they show the screen, and it's like, hey, you up, or whatever. And she's clearly typing into like Microsoft Excel. It's not a texting thing at all. Like you see the grid and everything, and there's like a line through the word because they didn't even. It makes me laugh, and this made me think of that because
wasn't Brandy in a horror movie?
Yeah,
she's in one right now, or very recently.
Was like what?
The Front Room. We talked about it on Han Took Shots First because
the mother.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Edie Carn, who's the actress's name I can't think of right now, but Cyril Karn's mom.
Yeah.
Is her like evil stepmom in that movie.
Well, no, but I also meant, and I do want to see that. I also meant like
In the
a
90s.
big franchise. Like, is she in a Scream? Is she in a Halloween?
I don't know.
Wife person?
I'm Googling.
All right.
But so he's helping her by texting her. He gets her.
He's not that helpful.
No, he's not, because he's in the hallway. He keeps saying in the hallway.
He's in the house.
There are so many hallways.
Okay, I know he's in the fucking house.
This is a house built in the 70s. It's not open floor plan. It's all hallways.
It's all hallways all the time.
I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, that's right. She is in that.
Which not a hugely known one, but a known one.
I mean, it's no.
That's the one where they win tickets to the Bahamas or something.
Yes, it is.
It's no urban legends.
Yeah,
dude.
but it's got
with Rebecca
Jennifer
Gayheart.
Jennifer Love Huge Tits.
Yeah, but Rebecca Gayheart.
She's still in the second one. She's in all 3, huh?
Yeah,
probably. I think she had a dude. I think she had a musical career, finger quote, and was putting her songs in those movies.
I finger
I
quote
can
her.
Don't go nowhere.
Believe that.
Yeah.
We'll watch them one day.
Oh yeah. Only for episodes, not for enjoyment.
I've seen the first 2. I know that for sure. I Know What You Did, and I Still Know What You Did. I never
don't think I ever saw the third
Always
one.
Know What You Did.
The third one, I keep knowing what you're doing.
Well, the third one's I'll always know. The fourth one was I Keep Knowing. The fifth one was no, I'm just kidding.
The
I
fifth
was like,
one's called
he's
What
coming.
You Do and
What You Doing Last Summer?
What You Doing This Summer. Gonna see if you want to come to my boathouse. Just do a little fishing. I've got a fish hook for a hand.
And then there's the porn parody, I Know Who You Did Last Summer.
Who did I do?
If that's
last
not
summer?
real, get on it, Hollywood.
It's still the fisherman serial killer running around, except for his dick is a fish hook.
And his
Oh.
hand instead of a fish hook is a dildo.
Yeah.
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 Are we doing this?
Yeah, we're
Are
making
we
it.
writing this?
Trademark, copyright, Bad Movies, Worst People. I'm going to put this in an envelope and mail it to myself because
Write the date on it. That's perfect.
that definitely works.
Holds up in court every time.
Yeah. So she gets out. She gets to the roof. He's following her. She goes up instead of down because, I mean, this is 2 stories. There's no way you could jump 2 stories. That's crazy. So you just climb up and get your fucking Achilles heel cut by.
I'm getting off this
Achilles
roof.
tendon.
I'm probably going to be limping away.
Yeah,
And I might
It's
limp the rest of
tuck
my
and
life.
roll, bitch.
But yeah, hey, you know what? Just get super drunk. You're ragdoll.
Turns
That's
out
what you go
Stop, drop, and roll.
limp. That's for fires, not
Turns out
jumping
she's
off
limping
roofs.
the rest of her life anyway because he cuts both of her the back of her legs. He
Yeah.
doesn't get the tendon.
He doesn't get that Achilles tendon because then she'd be hobbled.
She gets into the top room, which is a bedroom. Michael Myers comes busting in. They have a little bit more tussle. Busta Rhymes comes in to save the day.
Chun-Li style. What Chun-Li style? He's
Yep.
kicking.
By the way,
and
Wat
giving-
Chun-Li is fake. I don't want you guys
Oh,
to
is
go
it?
look up. Yeah, I don't want you guys to go look up Wat Chun-Li movies.
It was probably like a Bruce Lee movie.
I think they just were like they wanted to say a real like kung fu actor, and
They
they
didn't
like
have the-
sent money to that guy's estate, and they were like, no, thank you.
We didn't get the rights. Sorry. But yeah, he's doing some hias. He's doing his best Three Ninjas.
He looks good.
He's all right. He's better at fighting than he is at acting.
I did like
Yeah.
the subtitles just said kung fu sounds. I'm like, wait, you mean like what he's making or the sounds of him hitting him? Which ones are kung fu sounds?
The actual strike.
And he does kick Michael Myers out the window, and Michael Myers gets hung,
Hanged.
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 He might be hung.
He could be.
He could be very
With
well.
all this
hung.
aggression, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It might be what's causing the. He's got an anger boner.
That's why he's mad at the rats. They got a bigger dick.
But they're like, okay, cool. We win. This isn't a horror movie. There's no way he's coming back.
No,
Text
we're done,
message,
right?
He's still alive.
He's
Fuck.
in the house.
Yeah, she texts him. Where is he? In the house.
Turns around.
Thank you.
He's right behind her.
You have the view of all the cameras in this house, and the best you could do was he's in the house.
He's in the house is more than behind you. Behind you is so quick.
Look back.
Run. 3 letters. Run.
Go anywhere else. They're not going out the front door, by the way, because it's locked, presumably from the outside, I guess.
They did say at the beginning nobody can leave the house until the morning.
So we just didn't see him put a fucking padlock on it or
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
shit.
But he ends up stabbing Busta Rhymes. He's definitely dead.
Yeah. Well, we see him not
On the-
shit his pants.
Yep.
Well, he stabs him in like the top of the shoulder,
The
which I mean,
trapezius.
that sucks,
Yeah.
but that's not going to kill you probably.
No.
This is a big knife. If you stabbed hard enough, you could probably reach the heart.
he went. He was stabbed in the heart through the shoulder.
When I worked at the deli, we did have a knife this long, and that was always my knife.
Fuck yeah. What if you get fucking Michael Myers?
Yeah.
And then Sarah finds the murder tunnels, and she goes through there. Michael Myers chasing her. She gets out into what I think is the garage, maybe, where they have their control room set up. And this is where we find
Tyra Banks.
no one cares. Tyra Banks dead. There's a
And
big
this is
pool
where I
of blood.
feel
She's
robbed.
hanging off the ceiling.
I wanted to see her get her head crushed in.
Yeah.
I would like to see Michael Myers fold her in half and then fold that in half and then that one more time and then stuff her in the glove box of a Pinto and then drive that Pinto backwards into a tree so it catches fire.
You know, they could have just Rose McGowan'd her.
Yeah.
That's one of the coolest kills in Scream.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
like Rose McGowan more.
Yeah, but you know, when she's crawling through the cat door and then he opens the garage door and
Uh-huh.
breaks her in half, that's pretty cool.
It's very cool.
She's in a garage. Do it. But no.
I like mine.
I like our theory that her acting was just not good enough.
All right, take 97. If we don't get it here, we are cutting her death and we're just going to have her strung up bleeding.
She's strung up with like her wires and stuff so that she can look like she's hanging. And she's like, oh no, I'm dying. I can't breathe. You guys help me. And they're like, that's not how you know what? We'll cut it.
Please
Great
help
cut,
me. I'm
done,
dying.
print.
Ah.
You know what, Tyra? Oh, you know what? That's the problem. It's Tyra Banks. They didn't do a bunch of takes. She did it, and they're like, we're going to do it one more time. And she's like, you got it, and just
No.
walked away.
Yeah, you already had me in the makeup. I'm not doing it again.
We have flashbacks to Friday the 13th, part 5 here that we just covered in September.
Uh-huh.
Sarah finds a chainsaw, starts fighting Michael Myers, who's fighting her off with a chef's knife.
This is not how you stab somebody with a chainsaw. You don't go sideways with it.
No,
Well,
but
she-
she's at
she-
least trying to swing
She
it.
does like connect with him on the pec, and it just kind of like rubs that cloth out. I would be stabbing and thrusting, first of all, but I guarantee you, if I can get that chainsaw there, you're fucking dead.
Also, this guy's 8 feet tall. You
Yeah.
go low.
I am gonna cut you into little pieces,
Get his ankles.
put you in a cement box, and drop you at the bottom of the ocean.
Because you know what's going to happen? Worst case scenario, you get his ankles, you cut off his foot, he can't walk anymore. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, he doesn't have feet, and he's just stumping at you.
Yeah.
And at least it's funny.
He's be crawling at you with a fucking knife in his teeth.
Yeah, it'll be like, what the fuck is that movie we did with Steve?
Major Pain.
Shark Exorcist.
Major pain.
Where that guy gets his legs cut off and he's waddling around or bitten off.
And then Michael Myers says, I can't feel my legs. and I says,
Santa
Michael,
Shark.
them legs
You ain't
ain't
got
there.
no legs.
You ain't got no legs. His little nubs is kicking like this here, so.
It was Santa Shark.
No, that wasn't
Santa
Santa
Jaws.
Or
That
Santa
was Shark
Jaws.
Exorcist. No, it was Santa Jaws.
It
You're
was
right.
Santa
Yeah.
Jaws.
Because it was an elf.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I know what season it was.
Got it. All right. I know which shitty shark movie we talked about with Steve.
We love
I
you,
wonder how
Steve.
Steve keeps
We
them
miss
fucking
you.
straight, dude.
Dude, I can't even imagine.
Like I lose track of the kind of shitty movies we do. He just does all these similar shark movies.
Dude, because on Patreon, we write a blurb of all the stuff we watch.
Yeah.
I watch so much shit with him. I'm like, what did I just watch with you?
My problem, a little peek into the lens here of my life. I'm usually just so fucked up. I forget to write the blurb.
Yeah.
And then I have to it's the last of the month, and I'm like, well, I know I watched this one.
Well, I just check everything out on Letterboxd, so when it comes to that part, I go copy paste.
Yeah. That's the easy way to do it.
But I do want to mention,
Not the way I'm doing it.
Since we're talking about Steve, I want to mention, we're not currently playing his ad because his show isn't currently on the air because he's having some issues.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to support Steve and Bucket of Chum, he is doing his Patreon episodes for the rest of this year still. He just can't do his weekly episodes.
Yeah.
So go to patreon.com/Bucket of Chum. I think his is $2.
Oh, it's beauty.
And he's having some issues, computer, other stuff, and he just
Life.
can't do the show right now.
Yeah.
And we love him, so
We do love
help
Steve.
him out.
Yeah,
Throw
if you
him
got $2.
Yeah. What we didn't mention during this whole confrontation in the control room is she also, when she tried to keep him in the basement, she dropped a lawnmower on top of it,
Oh, yeah.
which then spills gas.
Everywhere.
Turn the lawnmower on and just fucking send it down to him.
And this whole time, Jack's like, so here's where she's going to scream, right? Here's where she's going to scream?
Yeah, because she's about to get stabbed. The scream's coming.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that never fucking came out. Is it alternate ending
Did she
where she screams?
did she run to the tunnel yet?
Yeah. She's in the
Yeah.
control room.
Because we thought that's where she was definitely going to scream because there was nowhere to fucking go.
I mean, I said it multiple times.
Yeah.
It was any time that she had her back to a wall, proverbially or otherwise. Like,
yeah.
here it comes. Oh, not this time. All right, well, next one for sure. Here it comes. No, all right.
Yeah, that's a Chekhov's gun that was never fired.
Yeah,
It's very
That's
disappointing.
Chekhov's blink.
it's kind of his fucking rule, dude.
Chekhov's blanks.
Chekhov blanks. Chekhov is shooting blanks.
He's shooting blanks. But she shoves him into she has the chainsaw going still and hits these electric wires that are hanging everywhere, and sparks start shooting out and it catches the gas on fire. So now the whole garage is on fire, a la Friday the 13th Part 7 that we did for our last Friday the 13th last year, where she lights the basement on fire. Only this time it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah. Happy accidents, dude.
And this table falls on her leg, and she's pinned down by this 3-pound mixing
This
board.
is a fucking, you say table, it is a fucking Big Lots shelving system.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get this the fuck off
It's
you.
made out
It
of
is-
particle board. The heaviest thing, both this mixer and this table combined weigh
Less than that.
1/5 of what that chainsaw
I
weighs.
would actually be nervous that the mixer would collapse the fucking shelf.
Yes.
Can I put something on this? No,
Maybe-
don't put it in. That's a display shelf only.
Maybe she rolled herself into the wires.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think it
that's
just
what
comes
we
down
couldn't
to
see.
this movie is so fucking lazy.
It's dumb.
But Michael's about to stab her,
What?
and then in through the door busts Busta.
Busta
Busta
through
Myers,
the door.
bitch.
Busta Myers.
And he's got 2 fucking one-liners in
Put
this
your
scene.
hands
You
where my
can't
eyes
have
can
2
see.
one-liners.
Nope.
You can't pluralize the Lone Rangers.
He busts in, trick or treat, motherfucker. And
Delivered so fucking terribly.
I laughed so hard.
Not what he was going for, Whitney.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be laughing at that point.
He's like, this is my tough action thing.
Oh.
And there's Whitney and the rest of the fucking audience laughing. Oh,
that's
man.
where you're supposed to be like, woo, he's saving her. But
Yeah.
instead everybody's like, ha.
Yeah, you're supposed to be there. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's why I loved it because it made me laugh.
I'm glad we had fun with it.
He could have gone with like a tricky Kaye.
Tricky Kaye, motherfucker.
But
That's good.
he like kicks Michael Myers into a shelving thing and pulls out Sarah, and they're trying to leave. And Michael Myers fucking grabs Busta, and this is where he like just hucks this dude
Because he's like, oh shit.
like across this 20-foot wide garage.
Yeah, it's like 20, 30 feet.
Goes
dude.
into the wall, presumably dead without shitting his pants again.
Like knocked out at least.
yeah, well, that I've shit my pants that way.
And he, as Michael Myers comes up to him to finish the job, he pulls this cord out and stabs Michael Myers in the balls with an electrical.
He goes
card.
straight for the fucking balls.
Hey,
Yeah.
You know what? He's one of the few people that knew Michael Myers, Prince Albert.
Oh.
He'll
He
really
knew.
get that electricity going.
Yeah, he had the lore
well.
on that.
And then he picks up Sarah and goes walking out the door and says, "Hey, Mikey, happy Halloween." Another one-liner. And as he's saying this, we have Sarah's butt directly in the face of the camera.
It's a real weird thing to have it deliver a line when you have to look over a girl's ass that's over your on your shoulder. Hey, by the way, get down, move that thing. Hey, happy Halloween, motherfucker. Now I'm gonna go eat this snack.
And then the whole house burns down. It's the next morning. The news people are there. They're trying to question everybody. Everybody's like, "What? Just fuck off." Busta Rhymes has like he has a moment of acting noble, acting like he's taking the high ground.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
She gets her Palm Pilot goes off, and he's like, "You're alive!" Exclamation point.
She starts looking around like, "What? This dude also has a Palm Pilot? You're the only rich kid in this town."
He's on a fucking computer.
Yeah, he's like, "We can see you on the news." So they're still at this party. So there was cocaine flowing.
Oh
yeah.
It's 2002. We're pre-fentanyl.
Haven't you stayed up at parties?
Yeah.
Sorry, that came out really
There are
weird.
so many people at this party. I would have left hours ago.
Why do you think it's not coincidence that cocaine and college rhyme?
The biggest party I went to in college, big house party, kind of like this, full of people, whatever. Not a house like this. It's a shitty little house in Flagstaff, but probably 200 people in this little fucking trash
That sounds
house.
like a bag of nope.
I walked
weren't you
in-
charging people at the door. or
No,
some
that
shit?
wasn't.
Oh.
That was different. This one I went to, it was like a frat thing. I was with some friends. We walked in, made our way across the room, which is a nightmare, to where the drinks were. I got a beer. I looked around and I was like, "Well, guys, I'll see you later." And
Yep.
I took another 10 minutes to make my way across the room. By the time I got there, my beer was gone. Great. And then out the door.
Yep.
So I would not have still been at this party.
No way. Well, maybe you would if everybody's in this fucking room watching. Derek's like, I got the fucking cocktail bar to
I was
myself.
like, what are they doing? They're watching these people really get murdered on this Dangertainment. Wait, it got good?
Did you say Dangertainment? It's the stupidest name I've ever fucking
All
heard.
right, I'll go home and stream it. I'll be in my dorm.
No, you're staying by this open bar, dude.
Yeah, you're drinking. You're like,
Let's see what
I'm
they
gonna
got
take these
here.
bottles
I'll
since you guys are
take
busy.
6 slitches.
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 It's an open bar, cutie. I'll take a bucket of scotch.
So the news is in her face, and they're like, Sarah, what do you have to say? And then she looks at her Palm Pilot and looks like spikes the camera. And she says, "Thank you, Declan."
You're gonna get a Hummer later.
And Busta
Ever heard of a
Rhymes,
rim job?
Busta Rhymes, they're trying to interview him. They're like, "What do you have to say? What do you think of Michael Myers?" And he does this high ground thing. Like
He's
I was
not
saying.
a fucking soundbite.
Yeah,
he's not a
somebody.
fucking
He's not a
property.
hero or whatever they're saying. And he's
He's
like,
not a gimmick, a tie-in, a cameo.
yeah. All of a sudden, he's like, "All the things I were doing were terrible. I learned
Yeah.
something today because of the death of multiple children."
If we know anything about internet moguls, they're very open to change people.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
That's what I hear. I wrote it in my diary. Why wouldn't it be true?
And he's like, "You want to know what I feel? Feel this," and shoves the camera.
End of the
Guy
movie.
gets arrested for assault. End of the movie.
But wait, there's more.
Well, she wanted to see his face. And so her being Sarah
Yeah.
and Buster Myers were like, yeah, let's see his face. And they unzip and show them, but not
we don't
us.
get to see it.
And they're like, all right, cool. Looking a little crispy like a Kentucky Fried Motherfucker. Another one-liner.
Yeah.
And then cut to the
morgue.
And like, we got a celebrity for you. This little blonde doctor's like, all right, I'll get my autograph book. No, for real, it's Michael Myers. All right, see ya.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave me alone with Michael Myers?
Hey,
That-
well,
Yeah, you're 5'3", blonde girl, weighs maybe fucking 95 pounds. You'll be fine.
okay.
Here's the definitely dead corpse of a guy who's come back 6 times. See you later.
We all talked
guys?
about it. we march him right to the incinerator, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
under fucking guard.
No,
I want
what
the
are they,
National
are they,
Guard
They're gonna
there.
do an autopsy? No, just he didn't burn in the fire. Well, we'll just burn him in the front yard.
Yeah.
The news
know what?
wants something. We got something for the news.
You want to make it, I was going to say believable, but it wouldn't be. Get the government involved where they want to figure out how he's always come back.
Jason X.
Jason X. Does Michael Myers ever go to space?
No.
That's a shame to hear.
I mean, maybe in some fan fiction.
Zip. Hi, Zip. Zip loves Jason.
Jason or like Jason X or Jason in general?
Jason X is one of his favorites.
I love that movie. It's so
I was
stupid.
going to say, I've heard this from Derek, how just like underratedly bad good it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's horrendous.
He
Yeah.
fucking loves it.
But she goes over to check him out. The mask is still on his face. She goes to take it
So
off.
they didn't see his face at all, by the way.
No, I want to see his face. Oh, mask must be him.
Sure.
Didn't learn anything from Laurie Strode.
Uh-huh.
And he opens his eyes. Cut to black. No Busta Rhymes song, which is a big disappointment.
Sad.
Zero Busta Rhymes songs.
I
Zero
think
Busta Rhymes.
That's where the opening of this podcast came from. I needed him to be like, "Put your knives where my eyes can see,"
right.
or "Put your knives in my eyes." I don't know.
My eyes don't see.
Dude.
That's the Busta Rhymes song I can think of right now.
Yeah.
I know there's more that I like, but
For all my soldiers that be flipping the birds.
What's the one where he's all painted and glow in the dark?
That's
that's "Put Your Hands Where My
Oh,
Eyes
what's
Can See."
No, break your neck.
Oh,
but he's
Yeah.
not painted in that one.
that's
It's-
a good one too.
yeah.
You just do that song.
Yeah. Break your neck.
neck,
It's in there.
motherfucker.
Break your neck. Right there. But I think it's him trying to separate the actor.
Okay.
But he definitely did this because LL Cool J did Deep Blue Sea, and he's like, I can do that.
For sure. But he also, look at Ice Cube. Like, I can make a career out of this. Look at Ice-T. I can make a career out of this.
Ice
you can't
Cube also
because
did a song for Friday, though.
You can't because you're not good. Yeah.
But then he's like,
But Ice
are
Cube
we
was also
there yet?
acting. I think he knew he's not a strong actor. He's like, I got to separate it. It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
No, it doesn't. Could have at least sold an album off it.
Yeah. Get a fucking single.
But that's the end of that movie, so we'll go around the horn for recommendations.
No, it was terrible. I don't want to watch it.
No, you don't want to elaborate on that?
No,
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
what, you got more?
no,
All right. I'm also
it's
a
a big
no.
fucking no.
I'm also a no, unsurprisingly. I mean, there was nothing here. The fucking parts of the movie we like were accidental laughs and the Halloween score, which I can just put on.
Where
Yeah,
you
I
barely
have the- I have
cut
it on
any
score.
of it.
Sorry, not the score. The theme.
The theme. I have it on vinyl. I have 4 John Carpenter albums on vinyl.
We should have just
already.
fucking done an episode about that.
Yeah, I would have
Um,
done that. I would have liked that.
I guess
better.
a half a caveat. I might add this to the silent playlist,
Okay.
just having it on the background because it is Michael Myers.
And you literally don't have to pay attention.
you
please
don't,
don't.
not even a little bit.
Please don't.
If you
So-
look up at the right time, you'll see a nipple. If you look up at the right time, you'll see Katie Sagal's butt.
And if you look up any other time, it's shitty fucking footage.
if you look up at the right time, you'll see that weird dude's head getting crushed.
Yeah.
Like-
So that's a half a caveat. I could put it on the silent playlist.
Yeah.
How about you?
Big fat no.
Yep.
Not even like a soft. I mean, if you're like a Michael Myers completionist and somehow haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. But like,
You'd have to. You're a completionist.
but don't. Like, if you're trying to be a completionist and you're thinking I need to watch all these movies, just pretend this one never happened.
change your life.
just listen to us and you're good.
Just change your
All
life.
I'm gonna say is John Carpenter, the great John Carpenter, who invented this entire franchise, this movie made him cringe.
If you have something else to say about it, write us and badmoviesworstpeople@gmail.com.
I'm sorry, the guy that made Ghost of Mars, the guy that made Village of the Damned, the guy that made John Carpenter's Vampires, cringed at this
I
movie.
was wondering when you're going to get there.
Gee, like, come on. But yeah, so that's that for that movie. Don't watch it, or do, but we don't recommend watching it.
Yeah, you do. We're not the boss.
You do whatever you want. I'm not your mom. I might be.
Not a mama.
That's the end of our Halloween Horror Fest. No more spoopies.
No.
Golf clap?
We will have spoopies. As you guys have figured out at this point, we spoopy whenever we want.
Yeah.
Where's my birthday present?
Your birthday present is going to be next month's Patreon, which we can't tell anybody
The
right now.
check is in the mail. That's not a clue for the
No,
Patreon.
that's also a John Carpenter reference.
Yeah. I'll watch that movie anytime.
Let's watch it right now.
All
All
right.
right.
What the fuck else am I doing? Next month is November, and we're doing a special month. We're going to be featuring a local musician as our guest on every episode to help bring some attention to the Tucson music scene, which
Absolutely.
is a great scene. There's a bunch of great musicians
Especially
here.
with BrickBox being there now, dude. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a fucking terrific venue for hip hop and other music, but I'm putting emphasis on the hip hop.
Yeah,
my friend
and,
Moshi is actually playing at Brickbox, or just played at Brickbox last month.
Oh, wow. Okay.
and the owner of BrickBox, Runt of Jive Scientist, will be one of our guests next month.
Oh, that is news to me.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But the first episode for the month will be featuring our friend Patch from Evasion, who provides our opening and closing music. And we are going to be discussing Street Fighter, starring Jean-Claude.
Prediction? That's going to be a wild episode, dude. I love me some Jean-Claude and some Street Fighter.
And so tune in for that. Don't forget to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/worstpeople. It's $3 a month. The episode for this month is David Cronenberg's The Fly from 1986. It's a great movie. It's probably a great episode. We haven't recorded it yet.
Yeah.
You're going to hear this episode after that episode airs on Patreon. So go subscribe to the Patreon and you can hear that.
That's how time works.
Yeah. It's a flat circle, dude.
It's a man-made construct anyway.
Oh, and you know what? I haven't said this in a while. Rate and review because it helps people find us.
Yeah,
And,
it does.
You know what?
Rate me.
You're listening to this podcast on a podcast platform right now. So take your phone out, open it up, go to the little stars, and then just rate it there. Go to 5, preferably. But do whatever you feel.
Yeah, do whatever you feel. Honest
But
feedback.
it's right there. You can do it. Like, do it right now. Hold on. We'll wait for you.
I won't. I'm going to keep on talking.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for clicking 5 stars. We love you.
I'm incapable of love, but I appreciate you so much.
You love Kage.
My cat.
Yeah.
That's different.
You love your pussy.
That love was forced upon me.
Well, I've been Derek.
I'm still his wife.
Oh, I'm Michael Myers.
Good night and...
No, talk in your microphone.
I'm talking in my microphone.
But like you're actually talking.
It's like I'm talking.
No, don't move, you fucking idiot. You have to hold the arm gesture. Look how my hands are out like I don't know what you're talking about. Sometimes you got to point like you're making a fucking point, Derek. You've never looked like that before. You have not once ever looked like that.
That's not true. I did just now.
I don't think so. Did you see it?
No.
All right. Case closed.